1,000.
So you can get 75% reimbursement from the state
So-
of our
And I think it was up
70.
to
70%.
80 or
Came out to
something.
about
Talking
8,500.
about it, but.
I can just. Anyway, we're over budget on it even
Yeah, we're
with,
fine. But
Well, you're not.
you're over
No.
budget here, but the revenue reimbursements don't track.
please share those revenues with me. I'd love to see them so we can do this.
See, the problem is, that shows the revenue, I mean, the expense account, it doesn't show the revenue.
I know,
Yeah,
we,
I have it.
when you make a
And-
budget, you make an income side too, and
And-
we have zero income.
I just pulled revenue.
GA generally pays us back.
So we've got 7,600 back already.
Can I
That
get-
thing, second line,
Can everybody get a
second
printout
line,
of that?
all the way at the top.
Tyler, that'd be super helpful.
Yeah.
Pay general assistant,
Yeah.
so we've paid out 56, they've paid back 7.
Okay,
So that's more than 70%.
No,
We've paid
Well,
out
there's some that
56,
have
they
been paid
paid
that haven't
back.
been reimbursed.
right. This time of year, you're paying people's oil bills. That money's not coming from the state for
it
another
takes
month or
3 to
two,
4 months for GA to give us the money back.
right? Okay, I'm
We
sorry
only
I
have a-
mentioned it.
No, we only have a 5,000 budget. If they're paying 70% of that, that's more than that. So how did that happen if we only have $5,000?
Because some of the revenue is from last year coming in this year.
Probably.
Okay. Can we get a printout of this for the committee? This would be super helpful.
Municipal finance is a lot trickier than home
This is
finance.
government account.
Yeah.
Well,
At home, if you don't have the money, you don't buy something, right? Some families anyways. In the
yeah.
town, it just doesn't work.
That's the
so
premise. That's the
conveniently.
premise.
That's the way it should work, though.
Well, we increased it to last year or the year before to 5,000 to assuming that there was going to be some
Right.
additional need, but I don't know where we are right now. As far as what's been spent and what the return is, what we've gotten back.
All right, so meanwhile, back in the budget, so.
And then heating oil and is the other one.
Is our contracted,
Originally it had it flat,
yeah. Good luck with that.
exactly,
This is where the big
Yeah.
change can happen.
right. So
But we're not
we're,
heavily dependent on oil.
So we're on a
Yeah,
contracted
that's-
price for this winter, correct?
Propane, we have.
Contracted price right now, correct? But that expires usually April 1st or whatever,
Right.
yeah.
It's $89 a barrel right now.
You could look for the rack rate in New York or something like
no,
that.
that's West Texas. Brent. Is at 100. And gasoline futures have come down a little bit, but. And natural gas is all over, the place. It's been doing that. Ever since it's up and down, up and down, up and down. Heating oil,
Nothing but up.
right, I mean, it's doubled.
Do we have actual numbers of the barrels? I'm sorry, not barrels, gallons the gallons of both ones on propane and oil town-wide, because you could call the oil companies and you could get a prepaid. We would know the number. We'd at least know what it was because they deal with this all. the
Well,
time.
yeah, that's what they do. They contract it. But they don't, oil companies don't start contracting till May.
I've bought a lot of oil, so yeah, you could call now and we can get a prepay.
Yeah, I
set,
don't think you
know.
could lock in this year, right now, today, like this week for next heating season.
It's worth a phone call.
I mean, you could try.
But
Right.
as of right now, we're locked into the contract that we. have.
Yeah.
So what is it
That
we're
one would-
paying right now? I'm just curious if that's available.
Okay, so the fire department. Is averaging,
So we will pay them per gallon.
I don't think we know the number of gallons
Yep.
in
We don't know.
Rio.
no, I just see what we expensed out, but.
The contract is up in the office, right?
What was the question?
Contact.
How much we're-
Oil, I gotta call on propane.
The contracts are in the office. You can check the price.
It's low.
I've tried Irving many times. They always hire.
They were hungry last year and they were mad
Really?
because they could come in lower.
Interesting.
I know the fire department is not thrilled that we're staying with Augusta Fuel because they keep running out of propane.
Yeah,
like 2
you guys
o'clock.
haven't got cold, have you, over there?
Oh, yeah.
You've literally run out?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. By the way, it's Dead River, it's not
Okay.
Augusta Fuel.
Are we on autofill?
We are, but it's not based on tank level, it's based on, they use a weird formula.
It's
And-
based on heating degree days, I believe.
Right, and what happens is the way they set up the tank system, they won't vaporize the propane if the tanks drop below a certain amount, so the boiler flames out.
Well, yeah, that's a problem with above ground tank.
Can we get one that has a meter on it? I mean, the remote meter that
No.
that they read? Why not?
They don't do that.
We'll find a different company that does.
But they may not have the cheapest propane.
So what are we
Well,
doing
you
for,
would
our-
run
what
out
do
of
we,
propane.
what do we budget, what do we think we're budgeting for that right now?
Well, heating oil's doubled in a month,
Right.
so.
One would hope it would come back down, but you
Right.
just don't know.
I mean, if we take, the last time we had a shock like this was 22. When when,
It was
What?
122 to a barrel on 22.
right, and it took a year for it to clear. And that knocked out less of a percentage of fuel.
And that's what I'm reading is that expect the price to take a year to
Right,
stabilize
even-
yeah,
back
I mean,
down.
that's if the bombs and the shooting stop today, it's gonna take a year to clear.
Right.
And it's sounding like it's gonna take a lot longer.
So you figured in a 5% increase?
And,
Well, that was originally, right?
right, and then I looked at
Right.
the oil, I looked at heating oil futures today and I saw they doubled, so.
There we go, double the budget.
Yeah.
So if you,
Alright.
if you double on the heating and the electric, can we cut the junk out of the rest of it so it balances out without much increase?
What other junk?
What's,
Well, I don't know, like go to postage, for example.
$6,000.
No, but actual numbers, we have the actual numbers. I've gone over them with you guys. Like, there's things that we get billed every month at the
I
same
have
thing,
the
the
actual
same thing.
gallons of propane and oil.
With you?
I do.
With you? No.
Not with him.
But not with me.
That would be helpful. All this
Well, when you look
emails.
at it in Trio, is that just for town hall, what you're looking at, or is that everybody?
I'm looking at just town hall now, I'm gonna have to go back to it and do it.
In Trio, it's a separate.
Yeah, it's separate, we have
Okay.
separate heating bills for
So you
each.
you can see what we've spent.
Right, so.
So basically you take that dollar amount,
or you
figure
can-
it out for 12 months or whatever and double it. If we think the price is gonna double. I mean, I don't know, I'm not saying it's gonna double, but it doesn't look good.
we gotta be ready in case it does, I think.
So,
They could lower the temperature at town hall.
I'm.
You think they-
I can't even hang out in there so hot
This
sometimes.
is great, that's why I want to start.
I think they'll go from 3 to 6.
So, heating oil,
Did you not buy those yet?
I haven't had a chance to spend.
You don't think so, Bob? You don't think we should do that? Bob,
What's that?
you don't want to go from 3 to 6? I know, that's a lot.
I would
Yeah,
do
They
50%.
spent 17 this
Well, that's because you're running heat pumps.
year. Right, you have heat pumps, yeah.
Yeah,
So then 3,000 is not too far off. This is what I'm talking about, getting actual numbers and not just going with the fluff that's in there.
With, I mean,
yeah, Karen, you make a good point.
So we could double 17.
Yeah.
I think you should
What
still
that-
inch it up a
that-
little.
I didn't believe that.
I think it should still go up a little just in case, but
Take
that's a good point.
But
Yeah.
we're
Right.
working off of fake numbers, those are
Um,
not real.
But also somebody different could be sitting in town hall for 40 hours next week and they could crank the oil up and crank the heat pumps down. So next thing you know, your power bill goes down and your oil bill, I mean, it's,
You said when it hits 30, that we would cut the oil off anyway, which is this week.
well,
right?
that's if it's one system. Like if you have a system that has like a propane cassette and heat pump all in one air handler, they set a temp where when it drops below X, you can set that like 30.
Right, like these.
It stops using power and it starts using propane, but in town hall, it's manual. You turn this
Right.
thermostat
Like
up
the
and that
same here.
thermostat down.
Furnace is one thermostat and then there's one multiple.
Not combined. Yeah.
But would somebody go around this week? I don't know who the somebody is, but, and shut off we used to take the red button out, and just shut it off. It's off. Cause you got your backup.
That way they.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you're
in
on.
my opinion, I agree with that. In my opinion, when it gets super cold, the heat pump should probably just go right off and just burn oil. But
Yeah.
that's what I do
And
in
then the
my
fire
house. If
station.
I see the
still-
power going
Fire
up.
station will be on, it's
It'll be
fully
doing
propane
Yeah.
as their primary heat.
But the 1,700 we got for the oil on the town hall right now is pretty accurate. Because real heating season is pretty over, because now those things, heat pumps would be picking up the rest of it.
Right,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
So it's not, so if you
I'd say probably spend another $100.
Although I would make sure the oil tank gets filled before the contract runs out.
yeah,
So that means like 200 gallons at this year's price. That's a good
Yes,
deal.
so would
absolutely.
you put that at like 3,400 then?
Yeah, which
Okay.
I think was the 50%.
Okay, so good. See, real numbers, then we get real math.
Yeah, I'm pulling it live.
Okay, just to let you know that the payroll from this week's warrant is not yet.
Okay. We're looking at a one line, so I think we're good there. Check, it's still 5.
Five
Except
percent.
17, yeah, no, I'm over there. That's a double. That assumes a double.
Okay.
Meaning that's good. That's it for this. I still haven't gotten anything from comprehensive. On what they want to spend on.
We haven't
We haven't
gotten
met.
that. We haven't gotten what we've spent so far. So I don't know that we can do that number.
We need to meet before we can figure out a number for that,
Can you call that, Carl, or something? Because we've tried.
We tried to do it.
We've trying to get budget numbers 3 times and I can't get an answer of like what we've spent so far.
What you spent.
comprehensive plan.
Comprehensive plan?
Yes.
So
You won't.
have
the number.
have those been identified as comprehensive plan expenses? I mean, it's postage, printing,
Check.
things like that.
That's basically all it is, isn't it?
Right.
Postage and printing,
I have no idea. We reimbursed
Says
postage.
postage and printing, I think is what we've done.
Right, copies, et cetera, and some
Yeah.
postage. I have to look to see where it posted.
Postage and mail.
Does the money that we allocated last year carry forward or?
No,
I sent you
It all-
an email, Dorcas, and
it all,
after we did the postcards.
The
it was like-
comprehensive plan, is that what you're
It
asking,
was like
Carl?
400
Yeah.
bucks. we put
Yeah,
on
for
the
the
postcard.
money that we.
Yeah,
allocated.
that-
5,000.
That's-
I
No,
don't see it
Well,
up
it could
there.
be something less, but
So did you?
So, no, it should-
but I don't know how it
No.
gets
you-
charged
postage
to
there.
comprehensive plan.
I'm sure it went to comprehensive plan.
Don't have a, yeah, I don't.
No,
think we
so
have
I'm-
an allocation process for the.
So I'm
postage.
saying, Bob, you're not gonna find it, 'cause it's not in there.
There's nothing, how did money got spent?
I'd have to look. I know we've reimbursed, I think, copies that I can think of, copies, et cetera. And then postage
Okay, so,
and a Libby, but
Yeah.
I'd have to look and see.
Yeah, and then postal fees as well.
But then we use the postage machine at the town office
Right.
to
We
do.
don't have a process set
I
up
don't
to
think, I
allocate
don't think
that.
we even spent the whole budget we had, did we, so far?
No,
No,
but that money was supposed to be for KV cog and then we ditched them and then we did postage stuff,
We can-
but we don't know where we are.
We can allocate some costs, but
I thought we kind of figured it out that day, how much we had spent.
I did, and I sent an email,
Okay.
but it's
Yep.
not, it doesn't
On
have a place to
postage.
go yet. It doesn't have a.
Yeah.
home
sorry,
yet.
I didn't, well, don't have a process set up, but
All right, so where are we at, Tyler?
so, again, that's just kind of the last item in this that I just don't, I have an unknown for, but everything else. So I just checked postage, we've spent 45, so it's year to date.
So 9,000 is ridiculous.
3,500?
Yeah,
So you know that off the top of your head?
I just checked it.
It's, ladies, it seems like there's gonna be another mailing before we're done with that. What do you guys think? Comprehensive plan?
If you get a meeting together, we could talk about it.
Yeah,
Most of us are right.
Just for some budget assumptions, I don't think we should leave it at zero, that's all.
I
No,
don't
no,
want
no,
to
I'm-
either.
So I think there's two ones here. I think the comprehensive plan number. Yeah, I'm gonna put 5 back into it and then it's there and,
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I
Tyler.
would agree.
but on the postage line, we've total in postage so far, we spent 4,500.
And what
That's
was
the total.
The,
for
the
town.
question is, where are, so as I understand it, we put, certain amounts to the postage meter, but $2,500. And I'm guessing that we're near that point where we need to add again.
Yep. Plus because we have liens to go out,
Right.
so that's
But-
gonna be another.
But I'm guessing
Yeah.
right now that
Check.
postage meter is getting to the low end of the balance on it. So we need to put another amount
Mm.
in.
So that could be,
Yeah,
I think they load
But that's-
either 2,000 or 3,000.
Right.
Would it?
No.
We
No,
know,
no,
well,
we come
right,
out of the
that's
general town
right, right,
postage
right.
budget.
so does that machine indicate when it's getting down or?
Yeah, I think, I don't personally know how to read it, but I'm sure there's a balance in it that you can get.
It's, you walk right up to it, it's right there, and it tells you, it actually says like 6,500, but that's because that's part of last year's, because it just carries on. But how much does a lien cost to send out?
Oh, those are registered mail.
So you have to go to
I
the,
happen to know,
Right.
the receipt is 10 something.
so those are not coming out
Right.
of that, because that's our postage meter, right?
Postage.
Well,
Voted
it would still be coming
Okay.
out of the budget, yeah.
Okay.
When I did the 30-day lien maturity notices, that was 300 something bucks and just posted that, recorded that to postage.
yeah, when you send certified mail, that doesn't come out of the machine, it comes across.
Well,
the
that's what I'm-
computer.
It could,
Yeah.
but it was too complicated for me to do, so I
Oh,
took stacked.
okay.
Okay.
I got wonderful help there.
So I'm sorry, so how much was it per 30 something?
It's 10.50 or so.
Okay.
Um,
So it's
they were
only
30.
$100 because we've been averaging 100 liens a year for 5 years, so
That's $1,000.
my math sucked.
So I mean, and I could see like 4,500 plus
100.
another 2,500 to refill the meter. That puts you at 75. I think you could be safe, well. That brings you to right around 75. You could go to 8. And probably be safe, and that assumes that the post office doesn't jack rates again.
Well, why don't you Google that?
Well, there you go.
But the first conversation we had on this, we thought we were paying for the postage meter machine rental, which is not in there. That should be an equipment rental. Like, there's just every single line needs to be
That could
trimmed.
go either way. No, doesn't need to be that precise.
Should be looking for forecasts,
Yeah.
So,
postal rate increase projection.
Lots of posts over the years.
well, now they're doing 6 months.
I would just see, if-
But I just take the last 6 years.
well, you could also just Google, is the postal rate
Yeah.
plan to go up? It might already be known.
Thought I heard it was. What is it, 75 cents now?
I don't know, but
78.
I don't send
Town
anything.
pays.
No sympathy letters,
Right.
nothing.
Right.
Just learned that recently.
Yeah.
6.6% increase.
So it just went up.
That was that, yeah.
That's for priority though, right? We don't do priority, we're just,
Parcels.
we just do like mails,
Regular mail.
but yeah, I'd say 5.5%. Let's read.
Maybe
No
put
change.
Expected.
All right,
Wrong contract.
2027.
wrong country, is
Yeah.
that what you said?
Yeah, I did not even know.
That was UK.
Whoa.
Wow.
By the
Well, that's outside
27.
of our budget though.
That's next
Yeah,
year,
that's.
so we don't have to worry about it.
About that next year.
That's a big jump
Yeah,
though.
but that's part of this budget cycle, isn't it?
It's July of next.
Well,
Thing.
summer of 2027 is next.
So and they're planning
Okay.
another increase this coming July. An increase next January and then another increase next July. Planning 3 increases.
Yeah, instead of
And
switching.
then planned increase every January. and
Direct
July.
pay.
Yeah.
Well, there are some countries that actually don't have postal service anymore because of things like this.
So this is from,
Well, that, you can't rely on
They
it.
don't have it at Tom and Ivan's. There is no postal service down there.
Doing it. Whiskey bullet.
Yeah.
let me do the percentage increase and then I can break it out.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of, I don't know if it's predictable. You just like using AI, whether it's useful info or not.
I don't know that AI can really help on those forward thinking.
Carl, you know how to spell AI.
I think I do.
Uh,
That's. I don't know why we have 5,000 for the emergency manager. We put $500 and he never takes it.
Hey, when you recharge that postal machine, that's not the same as buying a forever stamp, right? So by the time you use the postage, it's at the rate of that day, correct?
I
Yeah,
believe.
so at
so.
home, you can buy a roll of stamps or
Yeah.
whatever before it goes up. We don't
Yeah,
have
and
that.
changes.
Yeah.
Based on that little blurb, it makes sense to do that right now.
Yeah.
Not for us, but not for the town, but for us individually.
Yeah. I- But
And then you want to go.
Yeah.
No, not for the town.
You gotta know what's gonna go to lean, even if one doesn't.
Well,
Better rate.
I think you get a discount with the postal machine.
Yeah,
though.
it's 4 cents right now.
4 cents,
yeah,
but if you think the rate's gonna go up 20 cents, I mean, you could just go buy 1,000 forever
Okay.
stamps. All part of the same budget.
They're projecting a 20% increase in stamp.
Yeah, you come in.
At least you don't have to lick them.
so what are we doing now?
Yeah, where are we?
Tyler's having a little fun side excursion in Gemini AI.
I could save a little bit of money.
Where are you?
Assuming you leave it flat will be fine, that is.
With,
But
what are we still?
Are you sorry you asked, Gary?
I'm glad that we looked at actual numbers. I cannot accept $9,000 in postage. It's 11,000 pieces of mail. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's not to say every piece
It
is 74 cents.
Mail because it just sits there on top of it. So
All right, what's next?
That's it there. Fire and rescue, I haven't heard any changes.
Oh,
I have
You
a
haven't heard
million
anything as in
questions,
we
but
think
you were
we can
gonna
go
over
with-
stuff you did.
what we have?
Huh?
Are we like done with fire? When you say you haven't heard,
I haven't heard anything, any changes from Jason. The only thing I did do was I moved the instead of having one retirement line, I moved it to fire and rescue. So fire's 4% match and rescue's 4%.
oh, so you're breaking it up by department.
There's two separate departments.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
technically, they're broken up currently. Yeah,
I don't think they had,
To keep them broken out.
okay.
So we can find.
you don't have the main family leave on fire or rescue on that one, and I had 3 questions on
It's
that. one.
0.0815, it's factored in there. And
On your note, it only said 7.
on the note it is, but if you look at the formula.
I didn't look at the formula. I looked at your note next to it, so change it.
I would just say it's payroll tax. I don't.
There.
really-
Right. Payroll tax.
That's fair, as long as it's included,
Yep.
but that's not what it said. And then I hate to do this to you, Tyler, but I think Kathy will it too. Just a quick, can you please explain how the firemen get paid again? I
So it-
struggle with that.
So
I
the
don't understand
officers,
it.
so the officers get a salary plus hourly because there's additional work that they do.
What's the hourly?
Varies by rank and that I don't know.
That's on that sheet.
Okay.
Right,
You have
but
that
it-
little,
I have the
Alright.
officer salaries, I don't have the hourly rates, but I think it's. The high end is 29 for chief officer. And then I think regular firefighter with like me, where I have like 3 years experience, I think I'm making like 50 an
But
hour.
there, it's just like that, is it just that stipend? Like, I'm gonna say it's 4,100 for one of them. Is it just that?
Right, so it is their stipend and
Plus-
then plus their hourly rate for trainings, meetings,
Okay, I wasn't
Just pay-
understanding that.
cross checks,
Okay.
and
Is that
Call.
only officers for that, what you just talked about?
so I'll go back over here. So this 80,000 and so the 80,000 here is for fire department members hourly. The officer, and then the officer salaries get their hourly plus a stipend on top of it for being an officer.
Okay.
Rescue is different. So rescue gets hourly. Plus, for the ones that are on shift, they get a shift
The
differential.
20 or 30 bucks.
Right now it's 20 or 30. It's going to $30 for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then $50 for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's two shifts per day, 2 people on shift.
So then if they're, this is,
Yeah,
this is on call.
yeah,
And no matter if they get called out or not, they're still getting that $50.
Right.
But if they do get called
Call, they
out, then they get their
and a
hourly.
call for rescue is about an hour.
Yeah, so they get their hourly plus the $50.
Fire department calls. If it's like a car accident, it's like 90 minutes to 2 hours. If it's a structure fire, it's 7 or 8 hours.
And the pay is by half hour? That's what
We
Ja-
usually,
that's what Jason said. they
yeah,
pay by
typically,
half
like
hour.
we get, like say we get toned out and canceled, we get a half hour. Because, you know, by the time you get down to the station, it's about a half hour, because usually we don't just get turned around as we're leaving the station, we're usually like halfway to almost there.
Yep, we see you.
Yeah,
No, that helped a lot. I just truly
Yeah.
did not understand it. And I have one more question on because it came up in something that Carrie mentioned. It said by upping their hours, does it change the I think it was workman's comp she was asking, because they went from they were at a lower number of hours because of the pay that we had.
so,
Do you
no,
have-
so the workers' comp out, so there is. The workers' comp calculation. It's actually like 22,000 hours, because it counts all of the on-call time.
Okay.
So the hours worked isn't changing, we're just making sure we budget so the money doesn't run out.
Okay, I was like, oh, I thought about
Cause
that.
like this year alone. They're gonna, I think the first payroll was like almost 40,000. I think it was like 37,000 for the first half of the year. So we doubled it and then built the buffer in.
So I don't have a question, I just have a comment. I am hearing from people when they hear that 23% increase in the fire department. Is it still a 23% increase? What is going, I mean, I just think it's important that.
It's
they
29 with the retirement.
Well, then now it's gonna be more.
Right.
important. Just so
So-
that people understand why it's such a big
It's-
increase.
It's, so rescue, it's a 50% increase. So that, and that's because we have 4 people on rescue, we're trying to get more in. So
Right,
they're trying to make it more competitive.
right.
And then on fire, it's running out in April.
And I think that's important for people to
Right.
know, but they don't know that.
Right.
So, you know, it's, and the
And I think
changes,
part of it too is, and I'm gonna throw my grandfather and I'm gonna throw Pat Rawson under the bus, is these changes were coming before the last couple of years. And Pat Rawson in particular would stand up at town meeting and say, no, we don't need to increase the rescue budget. Even though they weren't adjusting salaries, they weren't adjusting any of these lines. So now there's new leadership, there's new people on there, we're struggling to retain people. It's dominoes down the line. I think the goal this year in working with Jason, it was to bump it. Kind of see where it comes out, because again, we can't predict the number of calls.
Right.
So, you know, last year we've had a 17% increase. Next year, hopefully it's less. But this right here should get us, in the bulk, much closer in the bulk.
I also think that information that you just said would be important for people to know, like how many calls does this fire department actually get? And how do, we hear that at the town meeting, one time at the town meeting. It's just people don't understand what's going on
Right.
all year and what all the work.
And I think
are.
too, I think we need to go back to buy-in on rescue. And as
Yeah.
soon as we were doing the math and realized that, yeah, we need to go have a conversation, they had already posted their warrants. And it's like, okay, well, now we gotta wait a year.
But it's a conversation to start now because
Right.
they have to think differently and that's a whole different. It's a
Right.
whole lot of money
Right.
for them to think about.
Right, and if, I think it comes down to it, I think you could change rescue if Vienna doesn't wanna pay that. I think there's changes that could add. There where you maybe don't need to on-call, that kind of stuff. And the other thing is if rescue gets more members, you're not gonna have fire responding to rescue calls, so that will offset rescue payrolls, but like the other day, if you have a serious medical call and rescue calls for backup,
So there's only 4
so there's
rescuers. You don't have to say who they are.
It's Amanda Dunn and Becky Kent, rescue director
Right,
and
yeah.
assistant rescue director, Steve Linder. And
He lives in Vienna, right?
now he lives in Fayette now,
Or he lives
but
in
he gets
Fayette.
paid by Mount Vernon.
Oh, I see.
No, he lives in Fayette.
Technically Fayette because he's on the other side of
He's
the driveway.
Trying to get
Oh.
Mount Vernon to Fayette.
Oh, that's
Right,
why
he's
he's-
gonna try and
no.
get
He's over the hill.
the swap.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's somebody who just joined, and I forget her name, but she's fully certified. And then Noah Easter and Andrew Baker have both taken the class, and they're both just kind of in limbo on their exams. So hopefully there'll be 5 or 6. But you now have to take this. I want to say it's like might be a 6-month class now, plus pass an exam with an 80 to be able to do it. So it's, yeah,
Well, the other thing is schooling.
right.
You've got to go to an accredited
School.
school. So that means a lot of people are gonna be knocked out. You got to be accepted at a regular college,
Right.
Right.
which is
And
big.
the other thing we're seeing is, I would say the call lengths are getting longer because they're just waiting on Winthrop ambulance. And Amanda's getting good about, sending people back if they're like, okay, we got enough people. Anybody who's not there, you go back and you still get your half hour.
So does the ambulance always come on any rescue call?
Yeah, automatic tone.
Is that a protocol that
That's
the
a-
town or is that
that's a
state
state.
or that's
State,
state?
because rescue isn't a transport agency, they're stabilization.
That's what I thought is.
Basically, rescue gets there, assesses and stabilizes. And then the ambulance shows up and does
Transport.
Transport and advanced life saving.
And if the person doesn't want to go in the ambulance, the
They-
town picks up
Right.
the cab, right?
Right,
Well, the person doesn't have to go.
Necessarily. Right.
Oh, hey, Peggy.
like,
Hi, Peggy.
I've had a rescue call and I've said, they were like, do you wanna go in the, I'm like, no, somebody can drive me, I don't need. They're like, well, the town's gonna pay for it, I'm like, no, it's fine, not dealing with that.
So the town had to pay for it anyway, right? Because,
No, I know we never toned it.
Transport.
oh, you didn't tone it
It's
out.
$100 or something.
No, they were gonna tone it and I said, you don't need to tone it.
Oh, okay. But if the
Yeah.
ambulance does go and when they get there, the person says, I don't want
Yeah.
it, then the town does have to pay for that.
But I think it's not like
Well, it's
we're
not
gonna get a
full
bill,
service.
it's no, you,
Yeah, no, but it's still something.
they're building it into the service kind.
Yeah, they're making it go up.
They're making it go up.
Either way.
And I think Bob, did you send the new number? So it was down from what I had in the first draft.
What was that?
Winthrop ambulance with their capitalization.
Yep.
Instead of being like 86, it's 78 from their last. So that's down. Still a 70% increase.
Do we
We
go
haven't
to the
got the
bank
state
yet?
police yet.
I would,
So they're not finalized yet?
no, they're still in there in the same process we are.
So I only had 3 questions on the fire department. I have 40 still on the admin side, but I do, but he did a good job presenting and I mean, I asked a lot of questions and
Oh, I do have a scan
think-
of the water hole location. I
Okay.
Forgot to email it.
Thank you.
Uh,
But
uh,
yeah, I didn't come up with it. Did you add in that 3,500?
yes, that's why turnout gear was originally 9 and
Okay.
it's at 12. And that's the one time they come out, they clean and inspect.
No, I thought that was great.
Oh,
He
he showed
said-
me that quote, I'm like,
He wrote 35,000. I was like, no.
no, 3,500, I'm like, yeah, that's
That's good. That's good.
yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
that was all I had on fire, but
So anyway, I just think it's important for
Yep.
people to understand
Nope.
why there's such an increase in this,
Yep.
in this lot, in this department.
And I think Jason's prepared to be at town meeting too.
but before that, like,
Yeah.
because by the time you get to town meeting, you're like, whatever, I don't want to be here. I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. So,
Yeah, and it just
Yeah.
drags it on when
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, like,
Mhm.
do accolades about yourselves, what you guys do.
I guess I'll start with some questions on admin side. Or, I mean, I can finish going through other changes.
Yeah, keep what you changed.
Yeah.
So,
Back.
yeah, give me a sec. So community center. I had been, instead of on the ramp replacement. Instead of putting that in for
Capital.
they put basically funding the community center capital account. And then I think and I think that was kind of the discussion tonight was,
Separate article, right?
it's gonna be a separate article, but I don't think all of it needs to come from the general fund.
Did you guys, I wasn't here last night. Did they get quotes? Were they?
They're meeting on Friday to
So
discuss that.
soon.
They got the
They got
ramp,
one.
one bid for the ramp,
and
so
three
that's
For the
the bid
excavation.
that will most likely be selected. It's 48,000,
Something in that ballpark.
somewhere in that ballpark. That was public from last night's meeting.
Are we closed on the bids and everything?
We are,
Yeah,
yeah.
we are closing the bid. That's like. The project's not gonna be less than 50,000.
Well, that only leaves 2,000 for the rest of the junk.
Well, this is, what we're looking at here is just the general fund allocation, not pulling money elsewhere. So what I'm saying is, from the general fund, we're gonna raise $35,000 and stick it in a capital. And then the rest of it is kind of what's we need to figure out. Because the board was, I think last night we said we wanted to take 35 and then pull the rest from undesignated up to the total project cost.
And then we'll know that, or they're meeting on.
They're meeting on Friday.
Will they have an answer then, or they're meeting?
They're
with
gonna
the contractors?
select the bids
Okay.
on Friday. Because it's the site work, the second bid that they got 3 bids on.
So we would have that in time.
So
for
do
the
we
next
have
meeting.
bids for the
We have-
generator and the electrical and the propane too? Okay, that's the,
That's the second one,
okay.
second part.
So I think the estimate is gonna be over 50,000.
Probably,
Well, yeah, it's gonna be
55.
more than 2,000.
Right.
55 for the second one.
no, total.
Oh,
Total.
okay.
I think it's, yeah,
I'm guessing that's
right, I've just seen the one that we know in, and it's, yeah.
And if, yeah, we'll find out Friday.
We'll find out on Friday and then that will most likely. It won't, we won't, I mean, I would probably know for the public hearing, because I told Dan as soon as he knows, I'm first notified on that. But I think in terms of funding it. I think 35,000 from, as a property tax raise, I'll just let that out, doesn't. Because we just don't know. So instead of doing the inverse.
Before you get there, though, go back to the top of the community center, the two, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the only time in the whole budget we've planned on like. Fake money, it's just fake money.
So the 6,400. That we know that's left over from this project, roughly 6,400. So they were gonna take that. And fund the stairs. And they're working on a quote for the stairs now, but Sherry Wenzel, who's in charge of that, is on vacation for a month.
But that money would be spent. That money goes away on June 30th, so that.
Well, we can write a warrant to carry the balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can write a warrant to carry the balance to capital.
But, and then potential grant revenue is fake money, because there's,
Right. And we can take it out.
well, I don't think you can budget on fake money. Unfortunately, and that may change that, 35,000. But we won't know till Friday and can mess around with that for
Yeah.
next Tuesday.
Yeah. And then, like I said, at the public hearing, I'll just adjust the spreadsheet. Library.
And then, wait, go back,
Yep.
because you only, you only had like 7,000, you might have changed it. Where's the stairs? part?
Stairs is
Where
7,000.
is it? Oh, it's over there. Okay, sorry, I was in the wrong thing. So I think they said they had around 10,000 in quotes for the stairs, and then the windows still were another 2,000, I thought. Cause she said it was 10,000 for the front stairs, and we were hoping not that much, but, and then they had to do the
The
trim
sill.
on the sill out there, so I think that's 7,000 is too light there.
Nope, not that.
Wow.
Not, I mean,
Although above it is other expenses, so I don't know what other was, but they also have no supplies in there. So
right, that's what it is. It's supplies.
can we change it to supplies then? 'Cause
Well, I think it's other expenses than what's listed. Like,
Well-
just do supplies. I'll do supplies slash.
when you're trying to do a budget for next year or whatever, we try and keep this
Supplies.
something to work with. And then you gotta do electric oil there too, right? Before we jump to the other one.
Yep. This was, they projected a 27% increase in their energy costs.
And that,
And then heating
are
oil,
these- are these new this year? That, or they've had those?
No, two.
So, okay, so they weren't, it wasn't something new for them.
yeah.
Nope.
And then, yeah, the oil, would we
did
make the
50.
decision on the other, or can you go check the actual like you did on the other one?
Yep. I have those.
What have they spent year to date?
I don't have it here.
Okay, we're gonna do it here.
Dollars or gallons?
Special revenue.
Yeah, it's gotta be
Dollars
here.
right now, but it should be based
They
on
spent
gallons. right?
20.
Wait, that's library.
Oh, wrong one.
Come back to
Yeah,
that.
so. Spent 30.
You
That's
said-
electricity.
You said to use net, you told me to
15.
use net
I
last
can't
time.
see up
You
there.
use a net or debit?
That,
Okay,
so they've used 14.
so 1,500 basically. And they're at, so that one should be 3,000 if you're going on your doubling factor on the oil,
Well,
yeah?
they've spent, I can just type. 17, 30, that'd be 30 for what?
It was 1,479, it was 1,500, so that's why I said 3,000.
Oh, yep. And then I think I think their energy number is
What do you mean energy?
electricity
That's the
Oh.
heat pumps mostly.
and the lights. Their electricity, they budgeted 28,
Spent 1,234.
but these are gonna get switched to AC.
Yeah, but we would have used, you can do the 8 months worth of that, because that includes AC last summer, right? July,
Yep.
August, September. Yep. So, I'm sorry, what was it, 12 something? I can't see that, I can't when it's not moving.
Yeah.
1234.
So they should be about 1,851 for a year's worth. Without any increase.
Which is what they.
And what do they
budgeted
budget?
3,600. I mean,
So
probably,
they're, yeah, that's probably high, but
I think you'd probably take the best, just do the same 15 that we did down.
it would have been 1,851 would have been their actual. So 15% of that. 42,000?
Yeah.
3,200. It's a little bit better.
Go back here, you put 3,000. Which one do you want?
I put 3,000 here on. I do.
Oil and propane.
Okay,
Yeah.
you said 3,200, so
No,
I,
I said 30. I put 34. You said it should be closer to 3,000.
32
Okay.
is for the electricity.
okay,
And then 32 is the electricity.
that's all I can think of right now on that, but.
What are you putting for oil?
3,000.
3,000, okay.
Or I just want to check on that. We're still under 1% with these adjustments, but
Such an old system down there.
Except the total.
definitely total.
Yeah,
Because it was, I had it down with some adjustment. We were
And it's
under 1%.
through water.
still.
It's gonna flood.
Expenses.
They got replaced after the flood.
We're meeting with Chad tomorrow. It's not training. it's-
It needs to be.
Okay.
I mean, at most it's 86%.
The library.
But that would be this year.
Probably closer to 70.
Okay.
I don't want to postpone it.
The library,
I have.
I moved retirement and stuff around, so now it's in their budget. So. Given that the community center board only wanted to expend just over 17,000 of the carry forward balance. I increased the Mount Vernon appropriation in kind to 34,000.
Wait, why did that happen?
You talking about the library?
Yes, because we moved
Okay.
retirement out of total admin over to the library budget.
Oh,
Right, so the library budget went up.
but
So-
didn't include the budget or the.
Right, for the
okay.
retirement, so all
Okay.
that had to get factored in. And then the heating. Electricity,
It's not broken down there, so we have to get it.
it's on a separate tab. Library, because libraries. Was sent.
Oh, never mind, that's not what I meant, sorry.
Yeah.
I
So-
do have some other questions on it though.
So I factored in 10% on electricity. I think we've been going with 15, so I'll bump that again. And then heating oil, I didn't touch.
They went down.
Can we look at the actuals on both of them?
Uh, Trying to predict oil prices. Electricity. They've spent 2,400 and heating oil, they spent
Hold on,
2,700.
That's 12, so electric actual would be about 3,700.
Wait.
Did it out for the year.
Does heating oil include propane?
The heating oil and propane is what we put in the budget.
Yeah,
Both.
we're gonna have to do
Yeah.
a different.
Okay, yeah, because they mostly use propane.
Yeah, the oil is.
Tyler, I took the 2,700
section,
divided
the
by
old oil.
8 months and then did it out for 12 months,
the-
so it's
The
3,700.
electricity will go down
3,700 for-
months because of the heat pumps.
But it's the full years, if we would have done the same thing, like it's just. I'm just doing it the same way through each building, so
I gotta go
37, wait, go back, yeah, you're under budget on the,
So right now they're under budget by 500.
yeah,
Well-
so they're gonna be at around 3,700-ish. But I can see what you're saying on the, say that again,
They're not under budget, we're just in the middle of the year, that's all.
it's not the middle of the year, though, we have 3 months left.
Yeah. It just doesn't come out even, that's all.
So the
You're gonna have
library
some-
expenses are posted through February. We just do those expenses once a month. So it's
Yeah.
8 months. So 4 months. left.
It's something to budget off that, the
Right.
15%, right?
Right, so I,
Off of 3,700. Gives you a little extra cushion, which goes against my grain, but that's the number we've been using.
Shouldn't have to change anything on that. On the electric or heating.
You're doing the same thing on each building, 15%, right?
Yeah.
So there's a change.
oh, no, which we played, I did my phone off.
It was 16,
Is that the number? About 17,000 or did you update that? It sounds about right.
That was before the 4,000, though, so I'm not sure.
I'll have to go back and look. There's some miles.
I feel like it was 16,193.
Okay, let me just look.
Quite sure.
16,193.
Feel like it.
I do 35,000 now, it's 16,150.
That's enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and those numbers.
And then
We have 16,833.
Oh,
16,833 is what I submitted. Roughly 17,000. That was just a plug. So we wanted to ask for 30,000, so that was the difference.
So maybe 34,500 all the weaknesses.
but go back, we didn't do the oil yet.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
You took you saw the actual?
Actually,
Cause that's heating oil and propane mixed together, so find the actual oil. It's
In
propane's
the
different.
library? Oil.
It's different.
Heating. 14,
oil,
14.7.
oil,
So 2,000 maybe so far.
roughly 2,000, so 4,000
And then what are they,
gallons of propane.
and how much are the propane? Just once?
Got propane,
1, 2,
August.
2.
Propane
Twice.
Probably like the generator.
generator.
No,
I
no.
think.
Propane's also for the whole slab on the new part, but maybe they're not using it. Maybe they're only
That's
using
right.
heat
Heat
pumps.
pumps are, the heat pumps are upstairs.
Yep.
No, there's heat pumps everywhere.
Oh, okay. Actually, no. we don't know.
They must be heating mostly with heat pump if you're not using that much propane in the new part.
So I'm sorry, would we say 2,000 on the oil then?
Yep,
And then go back to what was in the budget?
5,000.
5,000.
So that should be 4,000 if we're doubling.
Right, but
Where we-
there's also propane mixed in there.
Right,
with the
and that's
generator.
But that's 400, so there's 4,400. Is propane scheduled to go up in price too?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But it should be two separate lines.
So that was, let's say 4,500.
I think it's fine at 5,000. I think 5,000, it's gonna be safe.
I think so.
I mean, assuming both, I don't think, there's not a good propane index. Chat.
Doesn't usually vary as much because it comes from Canada.
It can be wildly different even between companies, like it's crazy.
So. I mean, it's jumped. Propane since January is on granted, these are futures, but propane's jumped 20 cents
10%?
a gallon.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, this is.
It doesn't have to because
And
it's
this one all
unrelated,
different.
but they make it jump.
Fix a price right now anyway.
It's all
It's
Canadian.
up it's up 24, it's up 21%. But it's still lower than it was a year ago.
I think the 5,000 will cover it. I think it's a little high, but in the future, we should separate those out.
34,500 is the ask. Library side.
Did you ever get an actual number of the people that use the tech program? Do you know?
I don't know if it's, I don't know.
You know. And then for budget, the 5,000 for Remy, I don't think there's any payroll stuff, FICA and stuff attached to that 5,000.
I know the retirement line I
That
found.
was an all-in number.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I just put that amount. So.
And I
Okay,
factored
so we
that.
can undo it.
No, I didn't factor it for FICA, but I did factor it for retirement.
But she's saying it's already included.
Retirement is.
Retirement would not be due.
Okay, well, every other thing we have salary and FICA and benefits.
No, she's a consultant. She's not paid by the hour.
She's
going
coming
to
on
be-
as an employee because that grant ends.
So would it make that sense then just make it a $5,000 salary for the year and then just pay, have FICA, because on this FICA is in it.
So just
So
work it
divide by
backwards.
the-
Yeah.
Divide by 1.08.
It'd be the same.
Right, well, I took, I think I said it, if this number, your regular salary is plus 5,000. Add them together, multiply both by 0.05.
Well, the 5,000 is all in, not return, close enough, whatever sense.
Well, what I was saying is just make it 5,000 for the day. Without,
Okay, yep, and that's gonna increase those.
Increases everything. So if you
right,
reverse engineer it, you'll be right where you are.
right, so. It, with this with this budget as it is now, it's. I'm taking your regular salaries plus your tech help at 5,000 for the year, adding them together, and getting that.
Yep, but I just, that's close enough.
Okay. And then there's the 4% match on retirement. For both.
So does the 2461 include all the staff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have we, has anybody talked about the logistics of the retirement? That have worked? Just curious.
So it's a match, so whatever they.
Yeah, no, but how is it going to get processed?
So we
Just
paid
like that.
Mission Square. And that was what the proposal Remy brought to us.
Okay.
Back in January, that. They were gonna come help us set up the accounts and then it's. Should be plugged and played in there.
I'm gonna play in fine. The tables.
Well, yeah, I don't think we have the process.
Yeah.
Right,
perfectly.
they were supposed to come out and onboard us.
So it's
Remy was-
another system we have to pay.
No,
No.
but we pay $25 a year to maintain the accounts.
Each or just all?
I believe it's each.
Each,
We pay.
yeah,
This is gonna be an admin fee, some sort for the plan administrator.
right, it's $25 a account per year.
How
And-
many accounts are there for that?
We won't know till people sign up. And we'll know that this year,
One per employee.
one per employee signs
So
up.
how many employees we have?
It's fire,
It's hard to say because we have elections workers who come and go and I'm not sure that.
Yeah, I don't know
we're
that that would,
Active firefighters, but I know I gave the auditors a list of about 100 people, but I don't know that they're all active.
How about the W-2s or whatever? How many were those? Were those more than 100?
No, but I don't know. Something.
I'd
All
say
right.
probably 20 at the fire station. 3 at the library, 3 at the 6.
Maybe 60-ish W2s.
Right,
That-
so that's
That's another fee to add in there then.
$1,500.
the
per year.
benefits, so we approved the benefits
60.
last year.
Oh, that
It's
part,
been a mess to implement that.
yeah,
It's just cost prohibitive to offer health insurance to part-time employees on both ends.
yeah,
We still wanted to offer a benefit to part-timers, so it
Yeah.
was, what's a clean way to offer retirement? And said, well, it's a match, and that way there, everybody's got
okay,
skin in the game.
right.
And 4%, 4% with a 4-year vesting schedule.
It's like a 401k pre-tax,
457B, so
the pre-tax,
it's pre-tax.
Because it's a, well, it couldn't be a full,
okay.
something.
So not in the library, but back in admin, we're gonna have to add 1,500 for benefit,
Admin.
Plan
benefit.
administration.
Admin, thank you. Yeah, admin.
Retirement.
Dorcas, are you taking out federal taxes out of paychecks now? Federal, yeah,
Absolutely.
okay,
Was there a time when we didn't?
yeah, I never had it taken out in mine
Really? Oh,
for 9 years.
Well, we use the payroll. so-
Maybe it was the, yeah, okay.
No, I don't-
I always had to pay for it myself.
Okay.
So that's good, because I always hated. paying-
There's a question on the library, and I don't know if you know it, but it's something we need to look up, the name of the septic company that gets used there.
If we just used one, I can't remember the last time other than this recent event, but that would be wouldn't necessarily be the same one every time, but we just had one septic.
We're just trying to get one septic person for the whole town, so we're
Okay.
trying to gather the names.
Okay. I don't, I would say though,
Isn't
you know,
that Pat Jackson?
At Jackson?
it wasn't
No.
recently, but that would be great if somebody were taking care of that when it was needed, but that's usually our board, library board, so hopefully.
All right. I'll put unknown at the moment, that's fine.
And then for other neighbors driving neighbors has petition out.
Can you blow that up?
Yep. I saw it the other day up at the store that it had like 70 signatures. And I don't know if that's the only sheet. I assume it's not. So I think they are gonna have the full 100 signatures to be on the warrant.
What do they want?
$1,000.
Brought it to the town office today while I was there.
They did.
They have all the signatures. They handed it to Heather. Yep,
And they only want 1,000, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Have they asked before for anything?
No,
No,
they were first time asked.
I don't think so.
Are they, I'm not against them, but aren't they part of something else we do, like aging in place or something?
No, they're separate.
So-
They do a lot of work with aging in place. But they're
They're separate.
separate. Neighbors driving, I think aging in place is more internal Mount Vernon, neighbors driving neighbors is a bunch of
Okay.
towns combined.
I think the aging in place has some grants that affect several towns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I have a question on that. Why that's.
You
why
ready
that's
for
on the
this?
books of the town. and
You
why
wanted
that
the name of the subject.
partnership.
It's Bean,
Hmm.
Beans, EAN,
Was that the one at the library,
Bean Septic Service.
at the library?
What's that?
Was that the one that did the library? Thank you.
350
So-
bucks.
RSU, are they really up 10.63?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wait, go back, I had a question, it's a simple question, now, is it policy program on the policy question?
For our towns overall.
I feel like we go back and forth on this, do they have to send another letter and say, I want it this year, or it just stands there forever?
So.
Is there a policy on
and
that?
The policy has been that unless they communicate otherwise, they're automatically on.
So with that, and that's been mentioned a few times, the aging in place had that $400 because they had a special need last year, but they asked for the 400 and they're off this list, so
They're.
to be
on-
consistent,
I can.
but community services ended up being, oh, okay, up at the top. There
Yeah,
was-
so here.
Sorry, I missed that.
That's.
I missed that because
Yeah, I
it would
can-
be with that though, right?
I can just move it to other.
Did they ask again?
I haven't heard them ask, but somebody had told me that they haven't sent anything to the select board.
There is a difference. That's a
I-
town committee versus these other ones that are like nonprofit.
I have it.
You have it?
Yeah.
How much are they asking for?
The same load.
Okay.
Does anybody else ask or it just stands there?
Yep, no, they're all asked.
They all sent letters, all those
Yeah.
people did?
Yep.
No change in
First thing
price?
they do is they send the reminder that we owe them this money and they say, we'd like to have this amount next year.
I think they could ask nicer.
Well,
We owe them
of
that?
course they,
I don't owe them anything.
they make it nicer.
Ay. And then, all right, so there's is the after school program back on the top of the other one that we were at? I missed the top of that when we did, there's after school, okay.
So after school is there shouldn't be a general fund ask this year. It's gonna be moving the 18,000 back in from undesignated funds. But other than that, it's self-sustaining at this point. And then it'll just kind of be a year to year,
Right.
I think-
I thought it got knocked, I didn't realize
No.
that was up there.
right? And there shouldn't be a general fund ask this year.
Don't take that 10,000 off yet, that's not done yet. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
don't think we should put that in there yet.
Until they have this.
I don't think, I don't know. I don't think we should put it in there, but anyway, I just want to go back to the after school. Is there any way that I can get like a breakout of what we've spent and what we still have left?
After school.
Yeah,
That's all in these numbers.
Yeah.
yeah, but I like it. I like to see how much we've spent on snacks and activities and salary, and
So.
that's how I used to get it. And it was like we could really see what,
Yep, it's, everything can be done with time. And, so right now it's one line item.
The-
I
the-
haven't had time to break it out and I don't like it as one line item. So,
And that's fine for now. I just want to make sure that I can explain to
I have
people
great
what we're
plans
doing.
for fiscal year. As I say, I know this is sounding lame all these months after I've been here, but. So we've got. I can give you the printout of the activities that's in this report that we've been looking at,
Oh, that would be good. If you could just email it to
but
me.
I don't know why it was set up as just one line item. Everything goes in there, so. Whereas the other special revenue have their own.
Plus, we have had a grant given to us, and that should be in there somewhere.
It should show up on there.
I'm gonna move this to other expenses. I'm gonna move this out.
So grant came in,
For after school, from Philbrook Foundation, $1,000.
there's
When-
1,000, that's it?
From the Philbrook Foundation, yes.
Oh, owner Goldberg.
I don't see that.
Fred Weber, he's the one that's, yeah.
I know, I'm a trustee too.
Oh, yeah,
Library trustees are on the Philbrook Trust.
This is the second year we've
that makes sense.
we've got that from him, so that's really been
I
great.
moved for the proposed historical society out of community services and over to other expenses like the
It's
other.
just proposed, it's not there yet.
Is it?
Other.
Oh, that is in
Oh, that was
other,
community.
Yeah, I took it out of community services and put it in other.
so it's not broken out, it's just included
Yeah,
in.
other.
So if I didn't know what was in other, I wouldn't know that was in there. Sneaky.
What else is in other?
That's where the interlocal dam, Seven Lakes Alliance, 30
Oh,
miles.
that all stuff right there is
Yeah,
other? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. gotcha.
Okay, but then it has a label for. her.
Yeah, it has.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But if you're looking back at the total, it's,
I got,
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
yeah,
I was on the
that's
wrong
where we're
one.
at. On the total. Bob did send me today revenue projections. So I guess we can start there. And
You
I
want to
think,
go back to the emergency manager?
yeah, you wanted that drop to 500, right?
Just 500.
Yep, I did.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, you told me at the
Good.
thing you would do Hickey and I did that.
I don't feel comfortable doing the revenues because you emailed us those, but we just got those tonight.
Well, Bob had sent me projections for next.
Oh, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, these are only projections.
And one of them I'm gonna push back on, which is the excise tax. New car sales are bad. Well, I would say that the excise tax is gonna.
The cable franchise fee apparently is being, there's a bill in the House of
Eliminate it.
Reps to eliminate it, yeah.
Did you give us this?
No,
The cable franchise.
No, franchise.
and I,
That's the one up there.
Tyler, did you give us this?
yeah, this is in the draft that I sent out
The
today.
one tonight?
Yeah,
What's it on there?
it's all the way at the end at revenue and then it links all the way forward
I mean, like.
as
cable?
a general fund reduction, because that's what it's always historically done.
But down on the bottom, there's a tab. for
Yeah,
it.
you gotta go all the way over.
Okay.
It's getting
'cause
there are a
it's
lot of
new.
tabs.
It's new, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So normally Europe, I'm splitting some of these out because I think some of them now we wanted to actually direct into capital funds rather than just dropping the property tax assessment and actually be a little bit more direct with where it's going.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's the one that, yeah, we talked about.
Yeah, the other one. So you're projecting, I know municipal revenue sharing, they've already projected to drop. Have they given us a good number or is it just kind of
No, that's a shot in the dark.
yeah, because it's, the
It's
state won't
down.
give us that number till basically June.
Yep.
Early July.
Where's the snowmobile excise tax?
Uh,
Or registration?
that one. We really don't even factor it because it just automatic, as soon as it comes in, it goes. Because it's basically just a warrant article,
All the
whatever,
rest of it comes in and goes to.
but that one there, the warrant article is written in such a way that it. It doesn't matter what the amount is, it's just, it's going to the snowmobile club.
Okay.
So whatever it is year to year.
Uh,
Why is both, are they not charging excise tax on boats now?
No, I don't know.
I would bet they
Oh,
do.
I couldn't find it in the spreadsheet, so I put it zero. I assumed it's probably in with the cars and trucks. but I couldn't find it in Trio, so I
Okay.
just merged it.
It's not like, not the same as cars, I have been,
Not the same as cars, no.
think so. It's not the same amount.
I did put building permit fees in here, so another revenue.
What's that again?
Building permit fees.
Oh, speaking of, we need to take care of the building permit fees not paid line.
It's coming out. I don't know yet.
It needs a line, can't just come out.
I don't know how.
The one that Peggy's working on.
21, 22 is done.
But I think we're. Because we've already collected the revenue for that, we just never sent it to the state.
We haven't yet, no.
So it needs a place.
But that would be, we would fix that this year probably. That would,
Peggy, do you think you'll finish this year? I don't know how slow it
we
is.
would accrue it if we didn't.
Right. There
That
isn't
wouldn't
going to
carry over
be,
to next year.
there's going to be an expense next year, but it's not. Going to be budgeted because it's built into the fee that's collected. So it's just gonna less revenue.
So we have to do the fees for 23, 24, and 25.
And
Right.
Peggy, you and I can estimate that and we would book that this year, the liability.
Yes,
so that
yes.
Forward
Right.
to next year.
Mhm. I sent you an email
already
with an
collected on
attachment.
And it
Yeah.
shouldn't impact property taxes because we've already collected the fee.
Right.
We just have to
Right.
give their portion.
That's right.
But I bet we spent the fee is what I'm saying.
Legally, we couldn't because it just went into undesignated funds.
What's our balance and under the?
We won't know until we have the audit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are we getting from the transfer station for revenue?
Last year, this year.
I'm projecting 7,000. I don't think we're gonna make to 11.
Transfer station this year to date
But what,
has brought in 15,000 in revenue.
you just said we weren't gonna make 7.
I pulled a full revenue report. On all the revenue accounts.
And what do we get? How do we get that money? I know like, I think it was about 8,000 from like, when we bring crap and throw it away and pay.
Yep.
What are the other revenue streams?
Well, okay, another one is we get money from the metal bin. And we get money from the recycling.
You have not shown me that number yet.
It's not a number to show. It's $158.
Okay, so
Yeah.
recycling is unfortunately,
Yeah,
what do we get in metal?
Years ago, it was
2
substantial.
years ago, it was 2,700. So we didn't get much last year. What was the other one I said?
I'm
The
saying
metal.
metal was 2,700.
No,
No, metal
No.
was. Did my other thing. It was the last one that went out on metal was $663.
Yeah, but that's only.
But they averaged less than that.
But how many do we do?
I think 3 in a year.
This year.
That would be receivable.
So if we get 20, how much money do we get in, Tyler, on trash?
8,000? Oh, 15.
15,000, so what's the other 8,000?
People that drop their things in the bulky, Megan has a slip she turns in to
But
the office.
I accounted for that. That was around 8,000. That's what I was told at the transfer meeting. So I'm trying to find the other 8,000. Unless there was more than that.
Transfer station, so there's demo and white,
Yep.
Wait, that's what it is.
so those two combined is 50.
Okay, so that's what I didn't get last time was the white was 6,500
So.
and demo is what,
That's
8138?
your bulky for dropping. stuff.
Okay, yep. All right,
So I actually think you probably could estimate more.
Yeah.
I wanna be conservative, I would estimate.
Yep.
I mean, we're gonna have spring cleaning, so it could fluctuate, but I think 20,000 for revenue there is probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also on, keep going on that, and we'll come back to transfer station, because I went to that meeting and I forgot to report on it.
uh, excise tax year to date. On your net is 27, is 327.
Oh, and so
So
what is BM, so Bureau of Motor Vehicles,
Yeah.
an RV is it literally an RV, or is that something different?
recreational vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So I-
That, oh,
Unless boats are in there.
maybe the boats are there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, we've got 3 more months of car, I don't know the statistics on when the most car registrations are up, I think it must be averaged on. Wow.
It's not just for instance, when buying a car, they get big bill.
Right, and
Next
then-
year, big bill.
Yeah.
Right,
And
Yeah.
that's-
it just dropped.
Cause what I was doing some reading today. And they are projecting that excise tax is gonna drop because for the last, new car sales are down on a year-to-year basis. So
What about the agent fee that goes with that?
that's all built into,
No, go up 4 lines and 6,200, see it? BMV agent fee, come down right
Yeah.
there. How, what is that?
so we get a fee for registering the car.
Okay,
And then there's the excise tax that we get to keep
so
all of it, right?
And then I would-
So we don't get any of this.
No, I thought the excise tax comes to the town.
Yeah. the excise
Okay.
tax stays-
We'll get that,
and then I
yeah.
think there's maybe a state fee also that gets sent.
Yep.
Hey,
but the,
you tell me this town get all that money, I thought. Excited.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah, we put it towards a
see,
commitment.
good conversation, right?
So. This is the number that I.
Well, put it in the newsletter, please everybody go buy it.
So.
Yeah, good luck with
We're at
that.
327 now. It's projected to drop. We wanna just leave, kind of use where we are year to date now and
Stay at 3.
stay at 3. Even
No,
though we're,
I would drop the budget, the total budget.
no, this is estimating what revenues in next.
Right.
So I'm not saying drop below 3, but I think you could estimate a little higher, Bob.
You do?
I think you could do 315. I mean, we've got 3 more months of registrations to come in.
Yeah.
We're at 327 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, this is what Bob gave me for an estimate.
It definitely comes to the town.
Yeah, yeah. You
So
can
you wanna
do,
go, we're at 327 now, you wanna go 350, assuming a drop?
Full out would be at 490. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
you just annualize. it.
yeah, so 3 is very low.
That is very low.
I would wanna go 400. You always wanna underestimate revenue.
Oh, no, I'm just shocked. That was a,
Let's see when it's come in.
I only have it as a PDF.
Yep, so we can just look at all the activity and dump that into Excel and add it up.
By the way, don't tell Lee that the town gets that, so. Well, to go to roads, you know.
yeah,
Looks like it's pretty steady.
Yeah, so, I mean,
I was thinking the state,
so where are you going, 400? 400 sounds better than 300. And,
I think-
and reasonable, reasonable.
right, I mean, if it's over, it's basically just builds undesignated funds at that point.
that's where it's called. The time they matter to it.
Right, but it
Right.
impacts how much you raise property taxes.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you underestimate that, you're raising more property.
Right.
You're better off leaving it alone.
Right. What was it last year? Let's see.
300 is that
That was-
last year.
Was the total? That was the actual number?
And we've exceeded it.
See what, let's look at last year.
'Cause I pulled the warrant, it was 300,000, so yes, last year.
Yeah, but let's look at the actual. It's slow.
What's tax income? While she's looking.
Tax income? That's the, tax, that would be the income you make on your liens.
You get lien income up there, so how's that different than tax income?
Is that the interest paid on back taxes? That would make sense.
That sounds like a plausible.
The income which you generate
Don't
from
know what
property
it is.
taxes would be the interest on back taxes.
If you owe money.
I'd have to look.
This week, second class, so you don't pay it. You know,
Then you
a little
get
bit of interest charge, maybe that all adds up.
Yeah, I'll have to look.
They fix the word lean. spell.
Yes.
There's,
I just copied this from his spreadsheet
You're able to fix
into
it?
my spreadsheet.
Oh,
Can
no,
you, oh, we need to fix it, yeah.
but it's just, isn't that on, it's right there, spreadsheet.
Oh, the spread. That's how, I think it might be
Oh.
spelled like that in
I-
trio too.
I didn't-
oh, I,
I-E.
Uh,
I before E except after C.
There you go.
Except for. Oh.
That's a neat spell. I heard they were also discussing phasing out excise tax too and changing it to some tax, usage tax.
So Yeah, they- so huge they don't- excise
tax for buying the vehicle, buying used vehicles.
Still, yeah, tax, or sales tax. Sales tax.
so the lien income would be what? If we don't have, if we don't know what the tax income is.
There are fees collected. For discharge of liens to cover, because there are lien costs, register or record them at the registry of deeds, so.
Which is why my hypothesis that the tax income is the interest you pay on back taxes.
That makes sense.
Do you see it, the line? We don't know what it is. Number 9, tax income.
Yeah.
Which, if that's what it is, it should probably say tax interest income or something like that.
Tax interest is the amount of taxes that the amount of money we earn on
Wait,
the taxes that we have due. Lien
Past due.
income is, when you put a lien on some property,
So, but
even before that,
you get,
Yeah, I think
it's late,
yeah,
Later.
you
it's
get-
late.
right, you have, if you're late
September.
for your 18 months before it goes to lien, you pay
You pay
interest
an
on that.
interest.
Can we just add interest there? Tax interest
Well, we want to
income?
make sure.
We wanna double check it.
I can't tell without looking at a.
Yeah.
actual cash
Pay
receipt.
you tax bill. Gonna be up over.
Right.
Anytime we get to the liens.
Right.
that-
Made it,
there's
everything
that
else
amount
to
of
be the
time.
office office.
yeah, you
Uh,
cost
late
and
tax,
interest.
late
Payment.
tax.
Yeah.
Late tax.
We're just gonna leave interest alone.
You would.
No, I work in IT for a bit.
It's not the speller, but you
There's a
get.
very, they call me because they can't do a transaction and I fix their computer. I don't touch the money. I don't wanna touch the money. I don't wanna talk to people that don't work the bank. I just don't know how to spell it.
And he doesn't have to spell anything.
That's why I don't check it. Don't read my ticket responses.
We don't have last year's bank interest or building permit fees, Bob?
There, no bank
Yes.
interest.
Yeah, I know that. But- So there's no bank interest or building permit fees from last year?
Bank
There
interest,
should have been.
The
Yeah.
second from the
Oh,
bottom.
1%.
It's,
1/10 of one.
it wouldn't be posted in Trio, it would have been posted in Sage.
Yeah.
Because that's not a transaction from the public,
It
that's
was
just a journal
extreme.
entry.
This year, I think it is
No.
though.
0.8% or something like that.
Zero to 75.
Because they transferred it to an
Wait,
interest
so
bearing
no.
account.
We're catching the bank accounts, more higher interest
You
rate.
have the This,
Yeah,
we
Paul.
have bank
Yeah.
account interest.
Yeah.
The big, yep, okay, that's,
Well, the other side of it
Yes,
is that
maybe.
those,
Sherry might have just
that number would
posted
be in Sage, not in Trio, so it's a little bit more difficult to.
Right. So year to date. Again, I would be conservative on this one just because. If the Fed does anything, the rate we get from the bank would drop, and this year to date, we're at 70.
And we're pressure on it.
Well, and now there's upward pressure again. I don't think it's gonna change
Yeah,
this year. I think. Q1, Q2 of next. If they're gonna drop, they're not gonna drop to like, I have a Q3, Q4, Q1 next year. Cause they just held them again, so they're not gonna adjust rates for another quarter.
and interest rates are going up, so it's not likely that it's gonna drop.
I think we could bump that bank interest up, but I should probably take a look at that. You've just got what's posted.
Which one?
Only posted the
interest.
bank interest through November. 'Cause
Okay,
Sherry right now, we're catching up everywhere, we're catching up, so she's.
Cause that's
um,
why. I
reconciling
did
and-
it.
yeah,
Like,
could-
well,
so.
I went.
Bubble it?
So we were,
Probably be safe
Stay
to do
until
that.
next Tuesday. You don't know?
yeah, I wouldn't double it, but I would say you could probably go.
100,000.
20, 10,000 a month, because right now, or at last fall. Sorry, remember, when did the Fed drop rates?
They dropped it
Twice.
Okay,
They dropped twice, but it's only been like 25, it's been 25 basis points.
yep. I'd be comfortable if we did 10 a month.
Okay.
120.
And then building permit fees. Again, some of this is there's expenses that we need to send to the state.
But it's still income because we have
Right.
expense over here.
And they're at. Did I see it? Building permits. I kind of just grabbed all three of these.
I didn't look at that.
8,000.
I would think
Okay.
any building permit fees from a prior years that we have to pay would be an expense, it would reduce.
Right,
income.
but this year,
This year, if we have to pay for back years, I would call
Right.
that a miscellaneous expense. It's
but I think
prior
going
year.
forward, we could. For next year, we could estimate it, yeah,
So does that all get paid to the state or do we get to?
we
keep
get a
some?
portion of it.
I
Well,
think it's only
Figured-
25% gets paid to the state.
Yeah, so
On
70.
the plumbing,
those are the plumbing, but on
But
the other fees, well, land use ones, remember, we went way up on that.
Oh, yeah.
So
we like tripled the fees.
But
should
that's,
be,
are those different than those though? Or
No, they don't take effect till July 1.
So that needs to get added in too then.
Yeah, I didn't,
So. We have 8,000 in just permits, period.
Yeah.
However they are.
and then the fees on this portion of it are gonna go up fairly substantially.
The 25% or is that more of the land use thing?
So we get 25% of this.
We get 75% of that.
Yes, yeah, 75.
Oh, okay, 75.
State gets 20.
But I don't think, we didn't change our plumbing fees, did we? No, just building.
yeah, that's.
So
we said that.
$15.
Per building, Peggy? Or per,
For plumbing fees.
Right.
We send out $15 per permit.
sorry, yeah.
For plumbing,
per
Yeah.
plumbing.
and then regular building.
We get to keep 100% of it.
But we still have 8,000 income.
Right. But next year that I forgot, we had a hearing, we raised those fees.
Right.
So you probably could estimate it. I don't think we doubled fees
I
functionally.
don't think it was doubling.
With the- I-
What is it?
How much are we paying CEO? We were trying to pay
Well,
most of that cost.
now we're paying a lot less than last year, but
So if we bring in 20 to 30,000,
that should cover it.
yeah. So we're hoping to bring in 20.
That's
to
more than
30.
doubling, because you only got $8,000 there. I thought the fact that we dropped it from 50,000 to 25,000 was a win.
Right, and then our goal is to
And-
try to
and-
offset the rest of it with
right.
this, with building
Right.
permit fees.
Now,
Yeah,
Right, cause I mean, and logically, it makes sense that the majority of the code enforcement expense would be offset by
fees.
by fees. And the fee should be high enough to cover the code enforcement officer.
Yeah, those using.
Well, if you go down that, then they should charge fees for late fees at the books at the library.
Yeah.
Which I don't, sorry. I
Yeah,
don't- I was listening.
Thing, because
I don't.
not all what he does has to do with building permits. I
He's
mean,
saying that.
Right,
to
but
pay
you
for the
could get
building
close.
Unless they'd be in
inspector.
trouble.
Try to-
so somebody building a new house has to pay for somebody that has like you know,
How many fees?
legal outhouses?
You're gonna follow that logic, that's where it goes.
No. It's not the same thing, in my opinion, but
Well,
nobody's
that's
asking.
kind of what we're doing at the transfer station. We're making people pay for a mattress.
We're paying all that on
Yeah.
top of it though.
Yeah, so
So you pay twice.
kind of
Pay
getting.
twice to go to the dump.
You could do a study, Tyler, I mean, of all his expenses, what is related to building and what is related to code violations that you
Large
could
bulky
think.
stuff. Or
But our
construction
fees, I guess, for
waste and things like
violations.
that.
Yeah.
Follow that.
With some of them, a low
Violation.
shingles, that kills you.
Either way, you'd have to look into it a little.
No, I don't know. What I'm saying is the fees on both ends of this should cover that expense. At least if you structured
The
it.
only fee you get out of a code violation is if you have a consent agreement with a, you know,
Right.
with a fine or whatever.
We could write a fine structure that pays for the code enforcement officer's time and then some.
Right.
Even if you double those fees, you're not gonna hit your 20,000, so
No.
that's too high to put up there.
Right, I think this year we doubled the fees. I'm gonna double this number from 4 to 8,000.
I think that's fair.
Mhm.
And then that would give us, what did I put in, 6,000, that'd give us 10,000 revenue there.
Yeah, you don't know exactly what's gonna be built, whether it's a road, whether it's a or driveway, whether it's a house.
So if we,
They all have different.
and then
fees.
revenue sharing is, that is a throw a dart and I hope you're in the ballpark.
The
They tell us
60,000 that you are-
before,
For the last year, that just.
Yeah, it's just,
Sure, it's what?
we know that before the tax commitment, but we don't know that right now. That's the problem with that one.
we
Good.
probably, well, we might know it,
Hmm.
might,
Wasn't that in the fifties last year? This year?
yeah.
The road assistance, yes, I mean, the last 5 years has not been 60.
That's why the state is saying that, sales tax revenue is down, other tax revenue is slightly up. On net, they think it's gonna be down revenue sharing this year.
Okay.
I guess that's why I think it's a good call to drop it by 25,000, just be safe.
I'm okay
Year
with
to date,
that.
we're at 183, so.
What are we dropping? Sorry.
The
revenue sharing.
That. Okay, so.
I don't know enough about that, so.
At 200 or,
That's what we thought last year, we'd only get
Yes.
200.
let's do, yeah.
It's like, here, I can help North Everett.
Yeah, revenue sharing is direct correlation to state sales tax. So if sales tax income is down, revenue sharing
Okay,
down.
that's why.
Revenue sharing's at 177. Last one.
Why don't we have all of these on this thing that we're working on? There's a ton of money laying right
Oh, it
there
was 295 last year.
for revenue.
295.
You got
295.
homestead reimbursement.
Most of it is property tax revenue.
Yeah, but you get homestead reimbursements, 127,000. That's more than, that's relevant. State. The revenue shares right there is 177.
Yeah, that's year to date, what are we,
Does
8 months?
Does
or
it come in a chunk or did they pay it monthly?
monthly?
Oh,
I mean, I can math it around, what are we, 9 months for?
Yeah, 9. So we got to get for, let's see, if we've got to get for March.
Divided by 9. Roughly 19,000 per month times 12, 236,000.
and our tax interest on there is 23,000. We've got the numbers there. I don't know why we don't use all of them.
It's not gonna really cost
So you
any
didn't want
Um,
March is the lowest month this year. 6,000, the highest one was 26.
So I'm gonna have to go with my 30,000.
Revenue sharing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna stay at 2,000, 20,
That's
200.
40 then.
So, right,
40.
this year be 240, I think.
Yeah.
I think if it's trending down, I think 200, leaving it at 200 actually might be accurate. Leaving it flat here, because I think this year we're gonna overestimate it in that.
See you next year.
Yeah, maybe we should update. The actual.
Yeah,
And then all the ones from the other side, that's all income. That's not fair to the taxpayers.
how does homestead, because there's 127,000 in homestead.
It's like
Okay.
75, I think it's 75% reimbursement of what we
we-
deduct from our
yeah.
taxes or what the town deducts from the tax bill.
That comes off doing the commitment.
Right, and then they pay back 75% of what was taken off.
But how would you factor that as revenue for the town? That just reduce the commitment?
Oh, it's decreasing the tax income, but the home, that's an effort to
Reimbursement.
replace it
So
So
somewhat.
I don't think for a. Just basically what we're trying to do with revenue is reduce how much you have to assess in property tax.
yeah, there's 127,000.
Right, but if you. Because the homestead exemption reduces the pie that you can tax.
Yeah,
The revenue drops.
right, and it's already accounted for. And
At
then we get it
75%.
And then we get reimbursed at that, so
But if you subtract it from your revenue, you're double subtracting it.
if you go to the bottom of our commitment book, it says right there, it says, here is what homestead is. Here's what veteran is, here's whatever it is, then you
Right,
take
but if you
75% of that,
that
it's
as
income.
Revenue against the commitment, you're bringing the commitment down. And you're double counting that revenue offset on
It's
the
all
commitment.
revenue, it doesn't matter.
Right, but it's where the revenue is we're using the revenue to offset the commitment.
Correct.
So if you take revenue that is a reimbursement from the offset on the commitment. You're in a site, you're counting it twice.
No, if
We
you
didn't
didn't
receive
get,
it,
yeah, if you didn't get it,
we didn't receive
Did
the
we book the full
homestead.
amount?
your commitment would have to be
When you
higher.
get your home, you will understand this.
I just file.
Doesn't the state reimburse?
What's that?
Doesn't the state reimburse?
Right, that's what we're discussing is the
Yeah.
hundred
Yeah,
twenty-seven
right,
thousand
that
reimbursement from
reimbursement.
homestead.
Yeah,
So
The
10,
question is, can it be factored into our income to reduce the commitment?
yes,
Um,
it's income.
yeah,
It's not income.
it's one of those funny
It
money
is
things.
income.
Call your lawyer. It's income, whether it's a dog license or a
It is income.
whatever, it's income.
What is it if it's not income?
Somebody's slush fund, so let's make it income. Well, then let's
So
put,
let's just let's be reasonable. So what would you call it if you don't call it income?
I'd have to look at the commitment.
Well, an accountant would say it's either a contra expense, a contra revenue, or it's,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's.
We must have a
It's
record
revenue.
of
So why haven't we
like
been doing
homestead
that?
reimbursement.
Yeah, it's at 127,
It's not
127,000, wherever it was up there.
It's not there, sorry, it's called
Oh, it wasn't up there.
it's on one of them.
homestead reimbursement.
This would, I mean, if our math continues on this way, this would explain why
Yeah. exactly.
the undesignated fund balance.
Exactly.
That's why I asked questions.
No, I don't disagree. I'm just wrapping my head around.
Yeah,
If it's a reimbursement. And there's a cost. Cause there is a cost.
There is a cost.
there is. It's,
But-
if you go to
It's
the
a
bottom of the
It's a
commitment
reduction
book,
of Revenue, so that's being then
Right.
reimbursed to
So-
make the revenue almost whole, not 100% whole.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
something-
75.
Then
yeah.
it's just counted as regular revenue and offset.
It's regular revenue.
So what do
Source of
you, how
revenue.
much?
I'm gonna just,
So I don't know how, and it comes in after the fact.
You can go on the book though and calculate it, like
Yep.
what our, so we can guesstimate off of that.
just,
I don't know.
I'm gonna be upfront.
70%
Revenue,
Yeah, but I don't have,
adjustment to how we're
homestead
doing
exemption
revenue
for
already
it.
offset.
but it's on the bottom of the
Almost
book.
all the. property
It's
tax.
gettable.
including the RSU.
Yeah.
Say that again, Tyler.
Let's keep making up stuff to put in revenue.
The only thing, there might be
If it's a-
time.
If it's a revenue, how much is it
This is what we've received.
so far?
27, it comes, we've gotten payments in July and August, and I bet that's for the prior year, or at least one amount for the prior year, so there's probably a time lag, but
And how much is it?
127. Yeah, 127, 697.
And it will increase when we get our full valuation because people will get their full homestead but you have to encourage people to
Right.
file for it too, but that won't be till a year past.
Well,
Year
it doesn't
ahead,
change, it doesn't,
If they do it right off before April 1st,
Yeah.
they'll get it.
That's-
Well, then that's not in the budget because we don't have that number in for full revaluation.
No, we're not gonna- well, the revaluation is a year or two down the road.
That's what I was saying. You just said
Well,
it's gonna
Oh,
happen.
that's
No,
right,
the
yeah.
factoring is gonna-
Factoring's
right.
already paid for it this fiscal year.
Yeah.
Which
So-
we zeroed out for next fiscal.
yeah.
was the
And that
5,000.
whole
Yeah.
homestead, it doesn't move the needle on the overall state valuation, which the school funding formula and other things are built on. It just has to do with who pays property taxes, you know, what the percentage is.
Yeah.
You know, some of it comes from the state, most of it comes from you. So,
Us.
I
Comes from us.
put it in for revenue then.
That's how it's
Yeah.
being recorded.
It's all revenue.
Yeah.
So what's the total on the other one?
Right now, we're 1.1 million in revenues.
And that's not property taxes.
That's not proper.
So all of those should be reflected on, I know you can't copy and paste it yet.
Yeah, I'm working.
Onto your other one, yeah.
I'm working on it.
wait, go back to the revenue one. Did you actually have it totaled?
I haven't totaled it off here. I have it summed and then I'm dumping it into the other spreadsheet, but I can.
I see.
But it was $1 million, which is
Yeah.
a lot more.
It's a lot more than we've estimated in the past.
Yes.
Oh, I do have it right here. Total general funding. It's just because we have 1.1.
Okay, and you're using that cell over the other. one.
Right.
Okay,
Now, let me,
when I didn't see it on that column, I was wondering.
because I think some of these,
About 400,000
Yeah,
more.
well, these will all be in the appropriate categories.
Yeah.
Once Dorcas is done with the setting of Trio.
Well, some of them already are.
Yeah,
right, that's why we're able.
Anything.
See
yeah,
it.
Yes,
yep. We have not been able to see a lot of this previously.
it's all been there. The transactional activity has all been in Trio for several years.
It's in the audits too.
Well, that's from Sage.
Well, that's still the audit.
Yeah,
So, that pull this back up. Lane cost, agent fees. Some of these I'm gonna condense down.
I will type them so you can copy and paste them. How's that? Because they're all different.
And then these special revenues. So the community center, library and after school, those ones are separate. Revenues, those just get,
Were those off the 1 million?
yeah, those don't count.
No, I mean, I want to make sure
No.
you didn't include them already. Okay.
Right, so count the library, because you've already factored that into.
Right, no, I'm not factoring that, I'm not factoring after school, I'm not factoring the community center, because those revenues stay with their.
Yep.
Their thing.
So then the library has almost 84,000, because they have 60,000 left. That's
Right, but they
24 that's-
factored that in.
No, that's good. No, it wasn't factored in. It was factored off the 60,000. So that's good though. So you have almost 84,000, Dorcas,
The 60,000 is from a couple of years ago.
but it's still there. It's on last year's,
The audit.
yeah.
Right, it's the 2024 audit. Yep, so I don't know, I don't
The
think it
25.
went down at
I
25.
don't think you,
Right,
you didn't take anything off of it last year though, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think you did from what I saw, so
Yeah,
that's
that
good
would
news
be-
for you.
That would be in, we'll figure that out with the audit.
tree growth, Bob, we're at 21,000 here today. I don't know what,
That's kind of an unknown.
Yeah, that really is.
and I know
Because you don't know if somebody's gonna take their
tree growth.
property out of the tree.
Oh, is that
Yep.
how it comes when they have to pay that back tax?
Well,
Yeah.
this 15,000 is based on what was taken out last year.
Right.
So this would normally go into surplus.
So those are just the fees when somebody takes
Yeah.
a property out?
Yeah,
Okay.
this was exactly, yeah.
Right. If that's how it is, I don't mind having that one be underestimated. Because if it is just a random one.
But it's not any more random than a building permit. It
Oh, I think
probably
it's a
isn't.
lot more random. Get maybe one or two of those per year.
Would
Yeah.
it be in step with a building permit though? Like, hey, I'm gonna clear my backyard?
Not necessarily.
It happens, it seems, from what I've seen, it happens more often. Somebody sells this property.
Right.
And the new owner wants to do something different with it,
Different,
and they
yeah.
get surprised because
Yeah.
all of a sudden they have to pay to have that.
But
property.
yeah, their realtor
Well,
explained it.
When Julie took some land out of farmland, that happens too.
Right.
Do you think, you said 15 for this upcoming year?
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable.
Dorcas is still looking at last year's though. I wanna know.
That's okay, I'm gonna, while you're doing that, I'm gonna do Clark's revenue.
You're gonna do what's revenue?
Clark revenue, which is marriage licenses.
Oh.
I know I paid a fee this year for that. I didn't even get it the day I wanted. Wrong. I took time off from work, I didn't even take off.
We made that much money on the licenses? Marriage licenses?
Just on
600.
How much, how much are
How
they?
much is one cost?
Oh,
Like 50 bucks or something.
It was like
Yeah,
not
I
cheap.
think it's 40 bucks.
This was not.
That many people got married.
That's-
Come on, it was worth it.
a lot of.
For what? Taxes this year.
That's the wrong answer. Oh my God.
No, but it's like, should be free to file that.
They used
Well,
to make.
you got
sure
that
it was your
fancy-
cousin. They don't do
You
that.
get the
anymore.
fancy, it looks like a title,
Huh?
that costs money. So,
Vital records, 262. What other dog feeds, 409.
Speaking of, what do we give money to the Humane Society for? We've never talked about it. There's $3,000. I have no idea why we do that.
Okay, the dog agent fees go to the dog,
Where are you seeing
the
that?
ACO.
It's not up there.
Oh, okay.
But he mentioned dogs and I had that question. We give like
For the
three.
ACO fees, where do those go?
It's, oh, where are you? Dog late fee.
I don't know why it's,
$550 there, yeah.
I don't know why that's too.
One's late fee and one's regular fee. And all of us are paying late apparently.
Looks it.
Dog fees. So maybe that article is right.
But there's, so those are revenues, but on the expense side, do you remember seeing that? It was like,
Yeah,
you
I
guys-
don't know off the top of my head, if I had to guess. It's. In Kennebec Valley Humane Society takes any strays. So I think it's basically a fee to help them offset that cost.
I recently had a call from them because I looked at the budget and it appeared to me that we overpaid the first 2 quarters, we paid quarterly, so I paid a lower amount. And I had a voice message that apparently we have a contract. We may have a contract with them, so I don't, okay,
It's
So-
not in the book.
so do you know where it is?
No.
So I asked, I called back and asked if I can have a copy of the contract, so. It
Thank
may
you.
actually be more than 3,000, I don't know,
Oh,
but that was what was in the warrant.
So that's just kind of a,
They're saying they.
It's
do
a,
more than 3,000.
you provide us a service.
No, but I
We'll pay it.
got us back on track.
Is that-
It should be 3,000.
Bring the stray dogs in. I mean, you can bring them in.
Once they get brought in,
Then that, yeah,
to be
okay.
cared for, and then you have to pay them again to get
Yeah.
it back.
is
Well-
that through the dog officer? Or is that like she finds a stray dog and brings it in? I don't
Yeah,
think
it's through the ACO. The ACO has to have a place to take the animals. He or she's not gonna take them to their house,
So when we go back, let's put that up with it, 'cause it's just hanging out separate by itself. It made no sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's not on any, I'm sorry.
who gets that?
What is BTE state.
It's not
That's,
law.
That,
Yeah.
that business equipment tax.
yeah.
Okay, so that can.
And so I looked at.
That's why it's so low.
Personal
Dog
property
ate
tax and addition to real estate tax, but I wonder how that
$154,
is
$10
set.
a piece.
It's on,
Yeah, but
I looked that
The
up.
steady is
But
better.
It's on
That should go
town.
up.
Though.
Yeah.
Estimate five and the estimated it is tax interest.
But these-
Right.
Yeah.
Tax and juice.
I think you want to be careful
And
that
you
you don't
changed
put
that already,
by
yeah.
that people
What is
abandon the dog.
That's a lot of money that should be accounted
That's,
for.
so that's a couple of items that need to be reclassified. We've got a call with Trio tomorrow. I can't figure out how to add a new account. So,
Because one of them I know is like, there's a $60,000 rescue grant that they want to spend.
I don't think that's.
That was one of my questions. So
Was
if
that
they
last
have a
year?
There
grant,
was a $50,000 grant right at the end of last year.
Okay.
So,
But that can only be, that there's restrictions on that, they can only spend.
well, I
it on-
know, and when she gets the
Right.
answer, it should be in that proper place, because you mentioned, and that was one of my questions on here, rescue had grants, where are they?
the miscellaneous revenue is two items, and Bob helped me understand one of them just yesterday, I think.
Yep.
24,000 from obviously watershed district for.
319 grant. It was
Yeah, it-
a 319 grant. They will chip in half, match half of any road grant, road work to do. It was Desert Pond.
Desert
Yeah.
So that needs to be reclassified once I can set up an account.
Yeah.
And then there's 140.
There was I remember now. There is a culvert on Desert Pond Road. On the backside of Torrey, and that got replaced, but there was grant funding to. Pay for it,
That was the one.
and
So-
that's the revenue from that grant.
Yeah.
So it's basically just offsetting expense, that should just go with the roads capital.
That's what I'm saying, it should
No,
go,
no.
It's
why?
revenue,
Yeah.
that should be attributed to.
Should go back to maintenance because that's how it was maintenance.
Right, if there was a cost related to it,
Yeah.
so that's basically a partial reimbursement.
Yeah.
Of a cost.
Right.
After the fact, and similar, I think the 148,980, I think that's for the Blake Hill. Bridge work. I
Yeah.
have to-
Like, yes.
So
Yes,
that's
the
again.
first reimbursement from
Yep.
that, there
yeah,
should be
so that
two
comes in
more.
as revenue.
Yep.
But it's related to a specific cost.
But we're budgeting on the roadside, we did 3 culverts for 50,000, so the 390, or that culvert. Cobussy money should go towards that.
That
right?
happened and that was from a couple of years ago. So it's reimbursement after the fact.
2 years later.
Which one?
Our
The
grants, you can
24,000
make
from Cobussy.
a while.
But the Desert Pond last summer.
Right.
I think
So
that's right.
did we run into that in the roads, this
Right,
year's
that's
roads
kind of, that's
conversation?
what I'm saying is if it comes in within the same fiscal year, yes, you could expense it from the maintenance line.
You can always post it to revenue.
Right, but I'm saying when it gets
Tie it.
posted for revenue, that revenue. It's gotta go somewhere, it's either gonna go into the general fund or undesignated, that's when it goes in capital, it comes. The first.
That's how we were talking.
It's either gonna go into the capital
Is-
line for
Right.
these thing, or it's gonna go down.
Well, it's gotta go into maintenance because otherwise his maintenance is overdrafted.
Right,
But if
so
it's in the prior year and the revenue comes in this year.
We can accrue it. If we know we're gonna get it, we can book it still as revenue from books.
Oh,
It's
okay.
receivable.
well, that's probably
It's the same
reasonable.
year.
It's the same year.
But this one wasn't, you're saying it was 2 years ago, it should go in that, we were talking
I
about
may have
trying
made a
to.
mistake on that. Cause I think you said it was last summer.
Yeah,
I thought it
last
was
summer.
2 years. I'm thinking about the
But-
FEMA
does
money.
it-
Okay, but its premise of it was to rebuild the capital accounts with those incoming ones when there
Right.
is like a lag, so that we're not raising it on the tax side. Is that
Right.
what we talked?
So what
about?
I'm saying is, yes, like if like the FEMA grant where it took 3 years to put the FEMA reimbursement, that took 3 years.
We've gotta find.
When the
those.
revenue comes in,
What do you
it
mean you
goes
gotta
to
find
capital.
those?
if we get a grant reimbursement within the same year, yes, put it back into the operational budget. I
Yeah,
think
that
that,
makes sense.
so that way there you can
Does that work?
catch
Yep.
up on deferred.
So I need to, the town, rules are a little bit different than regular accounting, there's modified accrual.
Yeah.
So, but I need to understand better how you accrue, because usually if you know you're getting reimbursed, you're gonna book it at that time rather than when you get the cash.
Yeah.
So that could, show as revenue, even though we don't have the cash, but I would like to understand that a little bit better.
And then, but,
Just do the accounting properly. You can, I guess, designate the cash.
right, that's kind of what I'm saying is designate the cash that comes in as capital.
Like,
So-
in that case, it would be road capital,
Right.
not, but it could come from something else at a different time.
Right, so that way there, if there's a delay. You can come back and expense it as soon as the cash comes up. Because it's in cap.
I don't like these words. I'm an accountant, so expense, expenditure, so.
What it is we can't spend more money. Than we've approved it on the warrant, unless it's from a capital account that we built up.
You're
Okay.
screaming
It-
out.
A
So
grant,
even-
it's a grant, so you can spend it.
Right,
We have that article that allows us to spend
right.
money received from.
And it used to
Okay.
say, in my words, for the purpose for which it was intended. You guys changed that a little bit, but I think you still have that flexibility.
Yep, yep.
It should go to what it's intended for,
Right.
especially if we're trying to rebuild up those capital accounts and they're
Right.
not just.
Yep. no.
But you just said we're still missing the FEMA money. Where is that? We don't know where the FEMA went.
FEMA money is, it's probably in an undesignated account.
What FEMA money?
There was
Oh,
125,000.
we got May,
October 2016, the money took like 3 or 4 years to come in.
it's all undesignated, we just have to identify it, put it into an account.
Okay, we got 98,000 this year.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
that was one of them.
And there's
Yeah, yeah,
125,000 from a year
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, we've got, what about that, we need to identify. I'll get all that paperwork out. We'll dig
So,
through it.
and then can't we just write a warrant article, just pull it all back out of this?
They have to find it first.
Right, but once, I mean, we know the check got cashed.
Well, you're already talking about that for Sadie Dunn Road, I believe. Didn't we discuss that 3 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
now we're on
Uh,
FEMA.
Might have to.
Two
use
FEMA
some.
checks.
We had to use some of the FEMA last year. I think, if I remember right,
The spring of last year or the December of the year before?
not sure. I've got, let me dig into it.
Well, December of the year before is when the roof damage
Yeah.
happened here. So you used money for the roof, right?
We got full,
Or was that insurance?
we got the full
No,
thing.
that was FEMA.
That was FEMA, yeah,
They
yeah.
said they were only gonna pay half. They gave us half. Then all of a sudden, was it this year? We got the other half.
So that should go to community fund capital, which was one of my questions too, because you put $2,000, this roof, right?
Yeah.
You put $2,000 to go to the capital fund, and one of my questions was, how much is in the capital fund? But they've got 98,000.
That could have gone right into capital.
All right,
This is
yeah, we're
why
running
income is
along here.
not in the budget.
Well, I think it's real important that
So that's
We
a
know
waiting
what
on that. We
happens
haven't
with money.
posted it yet. I mean,
Yeah.
it's posted, it's parked somewhere, but
Yeah.
it's parked, I think it's parked. on-
And again,
as money comes in, we need to know.
right, and I think. I will say that the reason a lot of this is happening is because we're running two accounting systems up until.
Yeah.
And
July.
we're fixing that
One
this
of them
year.
should have caught it. But
Right,
I
no, what
know
we're
it's
saying
process,
is
I
you
get
had
it.
We're fixing
like
it.
transaction data was in one spot, revenue data was in another
Well,
spot.
but it was more, the transactions, including revenue, but the general ledger, the books, the official books
Right.
were the other system, right? So.
So you were in the process of adding up those
Yeah.
miscellaneous
For-
revenues?
oh,
Yeah, because
well,
we
it's
got 8,000 community center.
That's good. It's always good. Yeah. Ramp.
At least Dorcas, you're asking questions. That's,
Well,
That's
you
the
could
good
always
part.
add them up and then
I got-
send the sheet out.
I got 2,000 year to date.
Where are you? I'm sorry.
Some
in
miscellaneous.
stage.
Oh, from that, yeah.
So. I mean, we got more time to go this year.
Yeah.
But again, those are. I'd rather be a little conservative with those numbers because it's,
I'll still type those out for you and pop them in, okay?
I don't, like I said, I think. For the sake of argument, I think you can. Lump them down together.
I know, but that doesn't add up to $1 million yet, does it? See my point?
It adds up to
It probably
one
does.
point one oh eight. And that
How much is on the
35,
other one?
the same,
Why don't you move that sum down below so we can see it?
well, because I'm summing that because I figured we were gonna add revenues, that whole All it's
Oh,
getting sucked.
Yeah.
I
okay.
see.
So it's from the format. I'm now adding.
I gotcha.
Cheap. I don't. No. This cell is the same as the other cell.
Yeah.
And then this is the total that we estimated on the warrant last year.
All right, so, it does help with the tax calculation. Keeping things a little lower when we get the tax commitment.
Cause I mean. Just the change in accounting on that's gonna offset the increase. Instead of 440, 6.72%. I think we go back to sound and say it's actually. Probably closer to 2% or due to readjustment of revenues.
Right. And all it's really doing is truing it up so that we're not putting more into undesignated that we don't even pay attention to.
Changing, it, but just
A change in
the computation.
Yeah.
The computation, the counting's the same, but
Yeah.
we're factoring it in.
we're factoring it in differently.
Just remember that future, I'm not going to have this huge undesignated fund balance to keep
Well,
grabbing for
Money,
projects.
Yeah.
yeah, money will still go there, but
We don't ever know how much is in there, so if we don't track it,
We do. She knows every day.
I
of the
ask
week.
every time and we don't have an answer.
We'll
We
look.
haven't-
Well, you'll know
Well,
once the
We don't
books
get
are.
an audit once we
That's
get
the answer I get.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
that's
not,
the-
we know every
That's
second.
the reason.
Not-
I would think she would do that.
Yes,
Should not know.
the audit's in progress.
So, the general fund increase 6.72, is that what
Yeah.
that says?
Because
Once we get back to
Is that-
normal accounting, she will know every day of the week what that number is.
Does that include the county and the
yes,
school?
so the
So-
total town budget. Is kind of everything we've discussed, where I had it a little bit lower, but with fuel and everything. 1.12.
Not done with transfer station, because when you're done with revenue.
I think we're pretty much done with revenue.
So Tyler, you're gonna send this sheet out to us?
Yeah, I'll send out.
Okay.
report tonight.
Can we talk about what's coming up? I'm just wondering, because I'm not gonna physically be here next week.
So the only,
Not sure what else is
So-
left.
we have 2 meetings left on the schedule. I think we can probably cut the 7th one, the one on April 7th. Because after tonight, we're gonna have revenue pretty well estimated. We've got our public hearing. Take our feedback from our public hearing. At that point there. We've got all the numbers we're gonna know for now. And at that point there, it's really should be moving.
So when's the public hearing? Is
I
that
wouldn't
next week?
cancel it yet, though.
I'd wait until after that
Yeah.
meeting to see what
When's
was
the
filed.
public hearing?
Saturday.
This Saturday?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I won't be here for that either. I'm going away.
Transfer
fun?
station.
So-
Transfer.
Someplace warmer.
Transfer
Uh,
station, I went to the
Get the
meeting
hell out of the airport.
last,
Or into the airport.
last week. I think, I don't know, I went to the,
Yeah, it
when
was
you had
last
a
week.
meeting and I went. A big issue was drainage there and it's not pouring a bucket of dirt in to fix it. It's gonna be dig it up and put in some type of French drain or something.
By the.
So we don't have, we have a capital account, we have 2 capital accounts, but. No plan is in place yet. The drainage has to be addressed because it goes underneath the compactor and it freezes and it lifts it up and that causes a problem. It goes in front of where everybody walks and it's icy, that's a problem. It builds up over by where George is and it's this deep.
Yep.
He's gonna break his leg, that's a problem. So there's a, I'm not gonna say maintenance, but there's a capital project there. I don't know what it looks like. It needs to be looked at. Also, there is no line in there for supplies for transfer station, which I would put probably 2,000. Because they need things like rakes and shovels and gloves. There's no safety equipment line. I would propose, and you guys can, I don't know. I think that in the past, they've gotten work boots before,
Yep.
but work boots, real gloves
So we
and
have a.
insulated pants.
I'll tell you.
those shoes should last another year.
Well, you want winter ones and summer ones, because in the winter you want waterproof insulated. If you're gonna be standing in wet holes till the drainage gets fixed. You know, insert above, insert above. I think I put 2,000 when I was just going through like past bills and,
We've got miscellaneous expenses.
well, the miscellaneous expense is not an actual expense. That was that.
It can be.
Yeah, but that was 18,000 last year that we didn't know what it was. It's not actually
Right,
there.
we do have an expense account that we can use. if we
Okay.
want to Put it there.
I mean, actually, I do want to add it on. I want to add it.
And we do have, there's two capital accounts available. But-
Some of the fun.
I don't know why, but they're looking at another compactor, but
Yeah, I'm gonna do. the
That's a tell, Jason,
And
you know,
we're gonna already need that.
be watching slips.
One,
It was at least 3 of them.
and I don't know. I was just thinking like Carhartt pants and top for winter, and I don't know what those cost for 3 of them.
So what do you put, how much are you putting in there? I can't, 12,000 for supplies?
Oh, that seems a lot.
Yeah.
I
That's
buy
supplies.
rain gear,
But taking the mist.
gloves, summer wilt,
Down was 22,000.
safety.
Yeah, because we didn't spend it.
Safety thing, not
Instead of hacking it down to 10.
Part of that was the brush pushback though, from last year. That miscellaneous, it was the brush pushback and it was the container they never bought.
Right.
So the brush pushback needs a line now. Cause you end up paying somebody and that's us. It's a contractor. It's online.
Here's a container.
He does not do anything
They're
for
not
free.
getting-
It was 2,200 for Smashdown and
Oh, yeah. We just paid $1,000 for that. So,
that was the grinding. That was the grinding. But he has to push it
Yeah.
back so the guy
Yep,
can
yep.
plow and other stuff. And then-
Grind it.
Did you put the capital in? I can't see it. That's the next one. Okay.
We haven't done it for over a year.
So there's money to push it back and then money back, assuming that those prices stays.
And I can't remember the capital amount off the top of my head.
Probably one map, but we could build.
No, that the what we have in capital is a pretty substantial. And then what, there was another one too, right? 45? Yeah, I think you're right. It was 79, yeah, 79,000 and like 4,500. There's two different
And
ones for some
some of
reason.
that, I mean, some of that capital you want to leave in the event that compactor.
Yeah.
Yeah, goes kaput.
I agree, but there is some there and
So that's where I think.
no, I'm not arguing with you, but
Little heater.
we need a plan for the
Right.
drainage, et cetera. And I don't know what that looks like at all.
Oil heater? We were debating, we had the guy that sells the equipment, compactor,
Still under 3%?
and for 2,000, I think it was, they can put heaters,
Maintenance, thank you. That's what it was.
maintenance on
The
the.
maintenance line, Tyler.
Yeah,
I knew there was another one.
they would like to, us to put heaters on the, equipment. And especially in the wintertime, because what they do now is they go up early and they start running the compressor a couple of times before they open up, just so it's not operating on pressure. There's no,
It's great until you find
Yeah.
out you can't wire it, that you guys turned it down because you couldn't wire it. Or it was extra money to
Yeah.
wire it. Exactly, and a drainage thing and, so. Well, I don't know,
Well,
But
I
that's
mean,
only if they do-
This is,
but it only froze up once this year, you said. And it was extremely cold this year.
so. I guess there's two ways you could do that. We know we have existing money in capital that's been built up. I'm assuming this drainage project's going to be quite expensive. If we were to dig up and properly drain the parking. We could just say that we wanna figure an amount and just raise capital, or the other option is instead of the transfer station fees offsetting transfer station revenues offsetting property taxes, have those automatically go on the roads in community or the
Into the
transfer station capital fund.
Well, we don't.
Which-
We don't really, actually, that's. That was the whole, not like we making money.
Well, you're making money when somebody comes and throws stuff in the bin.
No, not making-
It's a revenue.
Thirty, but here's another.
It's a
But it is
revenue.
revenue, so instead of just
Yeah,
reducing the
but-
tax,
Well, if it costs $300 to haul the dumpster, then it
It's that
costs
expense.
$800 to pay for the weight. Some guy just put all the shingles in it, you're not making money on the shingles, still costing the town. Yeah. Not income.
right,
But you still have.
But you
but
could move it
instead
to
of that
capital.
money, that revenue offsetting expenses. Direct it in and build direct it in as capital.
Why not?
Well,
It's so instead of the revenue going back into undesignated funds, we're just putting it into capital.
So it builds it up within, it's not coming off of there.
offsetting your expense, not like income.
Well, let's offset the expenses otherwise.
Hey, all the crap away. People putting the crap in the dumpster, have to pay part of that fee, we don't make money on it, we still lose money on it.
For the monies that do come. Limited to, put it in, into the,
Capital fund.
Transfer station capital fund.
Just say, here's a $25,000, why not, build up capital.
Yeah.
But that 8,000 comes in every year, so we don't have to do that 25,000 every year on.
Right, I think you still have a one-time,
$8,000 already went out the door. You know, because we're paying the tipping fees.
okay,
Yes.
but like, we've already spent, I'll use the roads for example, we already spent the FEMA money. But we're reimbursing ourselves.
It is.
This is the dumpster. Basic stuff. They're charging you like $200 to haul it, and then they weigh it up 6 tons times whatever. Right? Let's just say that's $800. You just collected fees for $300 from that problem. Right, so it's still, even though you collected those fees, it's still costing us more than what it costs to get rid of it. We're just offsetting some of that expense. That's all the guy paid to put a shingle from there.
That's true, just offset.
It's just an offset. Can't just book that as free money.
I'm not
It's
booking
not
it as
free
free
money.
money.
Designating.
I'm just designating it,
Yeah,
instead of it, when it comes in, it goes into undesignated
You
funds.
should do that for everything you got.
you should.
And in the end, they think it's more honest, say to the taxpayer, hey, we're looking to raise $25,000 out of your tax money. For this purpose.
But we don't know that we need to, and if you keep building it up every year, it's a one-time fix.
Put it on the board. That thing.
Right, but what I'm saying is, instead of taking the reimbursement money from the transfer station and just offsetting the expense directly, we're going to take whatever we project in revenue from the waste disposal, and we're going to use that to fund capital instead of funding capital out of property
So
taxes.
it's really good, we're gonna have to book the revenue and then maybe book a designated cash.
Right.
fund.
I'm just designating where the cash ends up.
I
Yeah.
just think it's less strict.
I think it's more transparent.
Go to the town to have an article that's been approved. or-
Right, we're gonna
To
have,
do that, yeah.
right, it's the same thing we're gonna be doing with the Europe funds. The road assistance. We're gonna take that money and we're gonna designate it
To
into
roads.
capital. So that way there it can be expensed.
If it's in capital, do you have to have a town vote to take it
No,
out?
it's a select board vote to expense it.
That's what I'm asking.
Right, it's a select board vote to expense it, so that way there, when you have an emergency or, hey, we've identified this project. We've already been setting all of this money aside.
Paul's point, that you don't have to report that to the town. Directly, that it's not sized.
But we are.
Right, we're going to
Ally,
have,
but
there's
why
going to be a
wouldn't
warrant
you?
article
We're gonna
that
vote on
says. Revenues, these revenues are going to be designated,
And you're gonna do that every year?
yeah, It'd be like it's no different than the warrant articles to roll the remaining fire department funds to capital or the roads funds to capital. It's
More funds to track.
And it would be, I think it would be good of us to say, and this year we, year to date so far, we've got 10,000 to roll. I think we should,
right, and then at the
people
end,
need to know this stuff.
right, it's.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
I mean, at the end of
The more funds we have, though, the more work it is, and then, when people like me get asked very legitimate, reasonable questions, what's this, what's that? Like, there are so many, it's just hard to catch up and be able to answer those questions. So I kind of like Paul.
But at some point it will be crystal clear and it'll be easy and it'll be like,
It will
boom,
be
there it is.
easier.
At some point.
But if you want to keep with a part-time treasurer, you have to keep the work at a part-time. level.
Much easier to say to the taxpayer, we wanna put $10,000 of your money into this capital than it is to be like, oh, Dorcas, what's this every 5 minutes a day? And
Well,
what's this amount? That's
I think
pain.
what it's just saying is instead of using property taxes to build the capital fund, we're using the fees collected on the waste disposal to build the capital.
In a year that oil and electric and taxes are going up.
Saying like in general, instead of just arbitrarily putting $10,000 a year into capital to build the capital funds. We're saying, we know it costs this to run the dump, we get this percentage back. We're gonna take the percentage that we get back and put that into capital.
So you were gonna take
Take that as a
20,000
yes. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
thousand into capital?
If you get
Right.
that,
That's what you get.
yeah,
if
whatever
that's what you
comes
get.
in.
And the warrant article is every year, all fees and revenues collected from the transfer station go into transfer station capital.
Okay, but that doesn't reduce taxes, though.
It
It
doesn't,
does, because
no, what it does,
Already spent the money
Okay.
there
Yeah,
when we hauled the dumpster.
but what it does do.
well, then let's work on the dumpster contracts, all of those.
I'm gonna get into something different. What it does do is when we have large expenses or we identify a need for the transfer station, those funds are already set aside. And there's not a huge one-time hit to the tax base when you have a major project.
We also already knocked, what, 30,000 off of the transfer station budget the first time around because it was all wonky.
Yeah.
Remember you came out at like 196 and I was at like 201. We already knocked off 28,000.
You're not increasing the budget year to year anyways, even if we do put the straight funds in.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of room on the budget, on the, I don't agree. And I think there's room on all those dumpster contracts. I know, it's 310. When's the last time we negotiated a contract on the dumpsters?
Those things
there's
are.
nobody out there other than Waste Management.
No, we signed it in April of last year. Was it put out to bid? It's a lot of money to not put out to bid, and now we're arguing about the transfer fees on it, and there's all kinds of stuff. There, you got like 6 different companies in there, and there's no contracts on there.
I think setting aside I guess what the larger point is we know we have capital projects coming down the pike.
Yes.
We know what we get in approximate revenue from the transfer station. What we're saying is take that fund and that money, when it comes in, goes into capital instead of the,
I don't care, but either way, like that. I think so, but.
again, it is a distinction without a difference, but in the long run, it generates a capital fund, so that way there, when you have a drainage project like this that they're proposing, you can just do it.
Well, we
And
did
it came out
do
of-
that now.
You could just do that.
We have to do it now.
Right.
But how are you gonna fund it now? Because it's not budgeted for.
I'm hoping there's gonna be enough money left over in this.
But you guys wanna go buy another dumpster thing, so you
No.
don't.
We're gonna do this drainage before anything else.
you just got the quote from the guy to do that.
What happened?
It was last.
That's the one I
Thursday.
went to. That's
she's
what I'm talking about.
That's the drainage.
Everything I'm
Just
talking
drainage.
about.
It's what, 75,000?
What, to put a new vent? No, no. That was to put a,
For what? The drainage? No, there's no estimate on the drainage, but there was a quote given. It's not just a little ditch though.
no, it's the whole yard.
Yeah,
No, it's a like complete dig up of the driveway and put drainage. like,
Changing
proper
slope.
drainage in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and changing the slope and filling it and drainage.
the
where it-
frost is shifting the compactor. So you've gotta drain that whole area and keep it dry.
It's just the water coming down and.
Right.
Oh, that's what
Getting
I'm
under it.
happy with that funny catching. and-
Because the water froze underneath it and then
And then,
George and Leo are breaking their backs trying to fix
right,
it.
and there's projects,
And
There's
she wasn't
project
there
like
that day,
that.
but yes.
we come down the line and the town grows a little bit more and we need bigger compactors. And that's gonna be, when that day eventually comes, it's gonna be expensive. So that's why I'm saying the town does need to do capital. We can designate funds to do that. And we know we have a projected revenue source that we can just say that is our benchmark for capital funds.
I think it's more transparent though, to do it that way. And then you're not just saying, asking the town for another 25,000 on top of the attack. I think it does save taxes in the end. I mean, you're using money that we've already given them in taxes to do this. So you're not asking for more money. You're not just saying we need $25,000 more. We've already got that 25,000. Right, right, exactly.
It is a net.
It is a wash, but I think it's more transparent. I
Right.
think it's,
Yeah.
You can't pay bill anymore.
well, yeah, we don't want to get to that point.
But if we follow the budget, we can pay the bills. And when we find the audit comes out and we know what's in undesignated and everything's in its right place, it'll be okay.
What I guess we're trying to solve is we've ballooned the undesignated fund balance over the last couple of years and
We've done a pretty good job allocating.
right. But what we're saying is instead of just having that windfall get generated because we've overestimated expenses and underestimated revenue, estimate it both and say, no, we are going to purposefully set aside money in a structured way and just build up, instead of it being undesignated funds that pays for the Blake Hill Bridge, it's a roads capital account that pays for the bridge.
They're only ever good every year.
Right, they get changed every year.
Yeah, well, sometimes with that. And then it goes off, just saying.
Technically, they're only good for the year.
We talked about,
I think this year's
Part-
it's been a more of a,
like, we know that it's a salt that we're gonna need.
Oh, that was for the capital projects.
yeah.
That was a big tactic. People weren't thinking about that.
We have no idea what's in undesignated funds, so you can't say that. If you do, you
Well,
can
we keep
share it.
rating it for projects, there isn't gonna be enough. So it's a catch.
Right, we get it.
More than it's in there, but-
Just gotta be careful about that.
Right, I mean,
I'm not
It-
saying, I'm saying.
I haven't set money aside because we haven't really had a discussion.
Stop standing.
Well, that leaves us an extra 50,000.
Just do the North Road then.
I mean,
Um,
so when was the last time the town got an estimate on a repair or replacement?
or,
The sand and salt shed,
So, a million.
$1 million?
Yeah. I know.
so the other thing I think we need to think about is the comprehensive plan being written and thinking about the future, not just that the salt shed, but the other things that might come up
Yeah.
as a result of that. So
I think those, that and the fire station is gonna end up being municipal bonds.
That grant.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, you're gonna need some funds for it.
Right. So they just got it. Like they just.
It is something that we need to
The
think
audit will
about
be
though, and
back.
really start to
When do you think the audit?
factor that in
I-
as in these
Talk more
discussions.
Because it was 2 weeks ago that they were here and we haven't really heard anything, so.
Okay. But definitely before our end
mean,
of time
I
on
guess I've
this.
been mulling capital asset. Have an actual like engineer come in.
You have, back up 1 second though, because so the audit will be out soon. Then we'll know these actual numbers that we can actually make a future plan with now go.
So I've been saying this at board meetings. I'd like to take some money and do an actual asset inventory and this is what you're gonna need to do in the next 10 years. Either replace the asset, deferred maintenance, and I don't think you can just willy-nilly that. I'd like, and it's every time it's come up the last couple of years, it's been shot down because it'd be expensive. So I don't mind going around and hunting a quote down, but
Really, building.
well, the fire department has one and that building is not super kosher.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is relative to fire trucks, so they have.
Right, well, I mean, that's because they just have a fixed asset replacement that every 10 years we're gonna buy a fire truck.
Can you work on that quote, but wait until we get the
Yeah.
audit back? And in the meantime, there's a basic maintenance plan. We stepped on it on the septic, like. One septic guy that does the whole town, he has a rotation, he does it, this gets it a little bit more because they have a smaller tank supposedly, but I bet we don't even know what each building has for a tank. When the last time the baffles were changed on it, when they were pumped, who pumped it. We have zero information in one place that I know of. I'll take an example of something that happened the other day. I don't know what happened with it. I was walking down in the park down here and there's a wellhead down there. And it was frozen and overflowing.
Yeah.
But
Same with the fire station.
But where is the inventory of this and who takes care of it and what does that belong there? And well, I'm just saying, it goes in line with what Tyler is saying. No, it doesn't. It's what's going on in my building for these maintenance plans. When does the septic get done? When does the well water get tested? How long was since the pump has been installed? What's the lifespan on it? When was the roof installed? What is the lifespan? This is all stuff that we can pull from our bills somehow. This is stuff that we can create as a town. You don't need a town manager at this point. And then I understand that, and there's committee, I'm willing to do some of it, but you gotta understand the importance of it and that it's not a town manager at this point. That's up to the voting and the survey. Well, it's not because it's future maintenance, which we said when the audit comes, then Tyler can get the quote for that guy.
Right, but that
And in between, there's a
you know
maintenance
what I mean? Like,
program.
for future maintenance, it's not like your routine changing the filters, it's this roof needs to be replaced.
But we don't even replace the filters.
But I go back to why are we doing a comprehensive plan if we're gonna do all these, little things? I know we have to do some things quickly,
Like this,
but I think the comprehensive plan needs to be the guide for what we do.
right, I think
do.
projects.
Yeah, and
I
what we
think,
budget and how we budget and
right,
right, exactly.
right.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
I'm saying.
The
That's
capital asset plan is should be supplemental to the comprehensive plan in that
what?
a capital asset.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and because that inventory should be in it,
Exactly.
right, and that's not, I'm not saying that volunteers can't do that, but I think you're gonna get a much better result, like the school got when they had their audit done of. You have an engineer. Or an architect come through and go. This is every single issue that you're gonna see based on what we're seeing for the next 25 years. And then you take that and through the comprehensive planning process. You can develop a facilities plan.
Well, we have to fill out the road one too. We've already got the computer plan for that, but nobody's put the data in.
Right, and that's why I'm saying I think it should be hired out. And then it's done.
Well, we didn't budget for that, so when
Right.
the audit comes, I think those are,
I
yeah, it
will-
ties in with the future. It ties in with everything everybody said.
I don't even think you need to go that high. I think it's more like I think it's more like 100 grand. That's about it. Right?
There's a lot of things
Right.
that the care for, if we're talking about getting nobody in charge of whether those things are on versus whether the oil purchase or somehow coordinating it. Oh, by the way, there's the tennis building for the next 4 days, why don't we leave it at 80?
It all goes on a calendar.
Right.
And you just don't get it.
There's a lot of little silos working sometimes against each other, which.
Right.
We don't have any full-time employees at all in town.
Exactly.
And you guys have to hire somebody to change a light bulb at the library because it's too high and it's not their job. Like, we don't have, there's no, and I'm not saying to get a maintenance person, but like a maintenance program and then. That
I will
person-
say a town manager could pull all of this together and make it happen. In my opinion.
Yeah.
We can all together.
Well, we've been trying for. So
Well,
we'll put that in the budget too.
I don't think it's that hard. It's really not that hard.
I will send out a draft rate. And I will post that on the website, and then I'm just gonna use AI again to update the spreadsheet or the PowerPoint for Saturday.
Okay.
And I will add a revenue slide.
Oh yeah, when you send that out, then I'll plug in the ones from the revenue.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're gonna send out those things that you had up there
Yep,
tonight?
so I already sent the revenue export
Yeah,
a couple hours
well-
ago.
Yep.
but I'll
Let me
type
see.
that in for you.
Didn't you make changes?
I did, that's why I'm sending out a draft rate.
Is that what I'm gonna do though, is I'll type it
Yeah.
into that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just hold up the PowerPoint.